Should be large. Just having a look. Yep.
Sure, you like that.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
Yeah.
Come up on it.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, when they give all praises and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem, Yahweh Shai,
Hashem,
Hashem, Hakadosh.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings unto the hopeful and sincere elect. GMS London out here once again, prophesying the downfall of this wicked art society and the coming destruction of Babylon the Great, aka America, man. So we just gonna get straight into it, Elder. You know,
Yeah. So we're just gonna go into is the importance and the differentiation in this salvation that receive it. In fact, I just thought of another scripture, Isaiah what is it? Is it 45:7? Israel shall be saved with everlasting life. 17, yeah, 17. Let's get that one because this salvation that's coming, and I just watched that Kingdom of the Apes today.
yeah, I just watched a little bit of that as well.
Yeah, it's a good film,
yeah.
well written.
Better than the last couple.
But one of the aspects what they kind of portray in the Kingdom of Apes is the transition of one kingdom to another, and one of the themes of Planet of the Apes is arrogance and hubris, the perceived superiority which comes with possessing the kingdom. All right. But the problem with that is that once you give place to pride, what does the scripture say about pride? It says that pride is the beginning of sin. It says that what is pride? Pride is when one's heart is turned away from his maker. All right. He that hath it shall pour out abomination. And then scripture tells you what about pride as well. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty. Pride cometh before destruction. Pride will ultimately lead to your downfall.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1. So now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth.
Knowledge, like for instance, science and all these things. People gain different knowledge, right? And they utilize that knowledge and they put everything into that knowledge and gas themselves up and forget about the Most High and what his will and his word and his discipline and start running on their own track. Okay, and eventually what happens that even though you've got under supremacy and now you're looking down on the guys that you put down, you're going to end up just like them one day.
He said, charity edifieth, right? You fail to do good with the knowledge you have. You know, Esau got all kinds of knowledge, but what does he do with it? He destroys the earth, destroys people with it. You know, everybody's suffering because of his actions, man.
But meanwhile, he's looking down on others. Look at them, we're on top. They're at the bottom, we're superior. But what's going to happen to them? They're going to go down. And then so when you watch the Planet of the Apes, you see what they try and show you is a transition where humans bad, humans arrogant, humans are bad to each other. The apes rise and try and establish humility. But then they show you that the apes in their superiority were better than the humans, ended up just like them because they too begin to murder, oppress. That's what it's showing you. And that's the road to end up where? Right back down in the pit. But you see, we're not the apes. We ain't the apes from the Planet of the Apes. The reason why our salvation and our ascension into our kingdom is going to be different to what they portray in Planet of the Apes is because we're going to be humble. That's why the scripture says the meek shall inherit the earth. We're not going to fall because we're not going to be filled with pride and hubris.
Yeah, it's from Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because, let me jump up a little bit. Verse 7, pride is hateful before God and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's been the history of the world, man.
Yep.
One kingdom after another, thinking that they were better than one another, but they do the exact same thing.
Wickedness.
You
They
know,
do wickedness to others.
Same situation.
Same thing happens.
They're waiting for the righteous to come in.
Because the one guy, not to bring spoilers, but the one guy you could see like, yo, this guy, if he got if he got the guns and the weapons, he was saying he was gonna deal with the humans, which he would have, but he weren't gonna be long till he started turning them on his own people, and they were gonna end up being what? Destroying themselves. Because even they show you in the film, he was turning away from the core tenets
Yeah,
The righteousness,
It's overright.
which
Being
ain't don't
overzealous.
kill ape, which is thou shalt not murder.
Yeah.
Being overzealous.
Yeah.
That's what happened in the last one. War for the Planet of the Apes. You had Koba.
Cobra was doing
He
the
was-
same
he got-
thing.
he got
He was
overzealous and
going on. He forgot
Tried to kill Caesar and all
the
that.
lawgiver,
Tried
which
to
is
kill the king and all that.
which is what we did. The Lord gave us power. We had the power. We had everything. But we turned away from the law, statute, commandments, and the righteousness of the Heavenly Father. And the same people, the same heathens that we look down on because we are superior to them, look where we are now. We ended up down. Why was that? Is it because we never had money? Is it because we never had power? We had power.
Yeah.
We had the swords. We had mighty men. Why did we go down?
Right.
Because we
Right.
lacked the
Right.
spiritual things.
Yeah.
So what's Yahweh? What's the main thing that Yahweh Shai is fixing? Because Yahweh Shai could just give us guns and swords and weapons and money, and we could take over. But if we don't have that new covenant,
Mindset.
the right mindset, where we gonna end up?
It's the same with these cats like Akon. You're gonna build Akon City, right? It's like these ideas that Jake get, like if we just get on our own and do our own thing, that everything will be all right.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't.
And that fell
It
apart
wouldn't.
as well. Akon City
Yeah,
was-
that's what I'm saying.
Shit fell apart.
Eventually, it's just gonna fall apart, man, because we don't know how to treat each other right.
Yep.
We don't follow the laws and commands that Heavenly Father gave us for us to live and prosper. So it's always gonna fall. Everything we do, everything we touch, everything we endeavor to do, like the verses say, it's gonna fall.
Yeah. No sustainability.
Yeah.
Psalms 127:1. Except Yahweh build the house, they labor in vain that build it.
Yep.
Except
Yeah.
Yahweh keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain.
So that's why as the Hebrew Israelites, we put the focus on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and his word and the spiritual things and not on the carnal things. The Jake that's in the world, when they're talking about liberation and they're talking about their version of salvation, it's always just carnal things. It's always, yo, we gotta get more money, man. Listen, I'm gonna show you how to do business, and they're gonna show you this and show you that and all these different things, but you never really hear them talking about the most important things, which is what did Yahushua come? He said, listen, love thy neighbor. Love thy brother as thyself. Don't commit adultery. Because without those things, you can get all the money and the power and influence. You're going to destroy those around you and destroy yourself.
But you just look at the rich of our people now. all the Jay-Z's of the world, what they really doing? They're not really happy, but what they propagated destruction to our people, man. You know, by giving us all these false ways of
They
living.
put other Jake in slavery, which that ain't nothing new. That's why when these Edomites talking about black people, so what? You're still going into slavery, but Jacob always, it's in the scriptures. If we can hold that as well, you know where it speaks about oh, that's in 5. That's in 5, and that's also in Hosea as well when it speaks about but you will get go on now.
Philippians 2:3. Let nothing be done through strife or vain glory, but in lowliness of mind, and let each esteem other better than themselves.
Right. Lowliness of mind and each esteem others better than themselves. Be humble and humble to what the Lord wants. Like when you watch that movie, the guy, the ape that was trying to establish the kingdom, he was trying to establish the kingdom for himself. It was all about him. And he even said it like, spoilers, that I'm willing for all these apes to die. He didn't care if all of his people had to die for him to get what he wanted. That's a selfish individual. He's carnally minded. He had no love for his brother.
He wasn't like Caesar.
He wasn't like Caesar. Caesar loved his people. You know? Have you got Isaiah 45?
Yeah,
Let's read that real quick. So that's what stands us out from the rest of the people. And the Lord did, and that's the power and the prestige and the money and the women and all that stuff. But the first thing, that the gift that the Lord is really giving us is the most important one, which is the one which is in the inward parts, the true perfection. Because that guy had a crown in his head and all that, but he wasn't no real king.
Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
Now, why is our salvation going to be everlasting? Well, it's because it's going to be founded on righteousness. It's going to be founded on the righteousness which is going to be established in Yahushua by Yahushua, and that's the new covenant. The law, statutes, and commandments written in our hearts. It's not enough that our sins be forgiven. Because it's like these crackheads, right? You put them in rehab and They go back on the crack.
Was it being in this flesh will repeat the same mistakes
Repeat
again?
it. They still got the
You know?
addiction in them. So you fix them up a little bit and they go right back to it.
That's why we have to be changed. Everything needs to be changed about us.
That's why we have to be changed. And that is the gift. That's the core of the salvation that's special. The Lord didn't just bring remission of sins. He also established a new covenant in his blood whereby we're never going to sin again. And that's what establishes this salvation as the greatest salvation, because it's a permanent fix. You know, like it's not a botch job. You know, like you get the mechanics, they'll give you a little botch job, but you're gonna break down in 6 months to come back again. Nah, this is a permanent fix where you ain't never gonna have to come back.
It's Romans 8 verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God. For the creature was made subject to vanity, because he was made in this flesh. He wasn't made in a godly state that we're gonna, receive with the Heavenly Father, man, to be perfect. Right?
Corrupt. Yeah, we're gonna be made incorruptible through the new covenant. Whereas right now we're corruptible. The scripture tells you that the hearts of man is desperately wicked.
Yep.
Yeah, mankind wicked and evil, yo. It's true.
Ezekiel 36.
I want to finish this quickly, bro. So, but by reason of for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God.
That's liberty for us. We're gonna be at liberty to be perfect, to do the right thing. That's our liberty. Now, the liberty of the world is the liberty to do the wrong thing. That's what they define as being free. It means you could,
Because acting perfect, absolves us from repercussions, man. Because this is what I problem have. The problem that people have is the repercussions of our actions, because we can't do right. We don't do right, right? But when we made perfect, we can only do right, and so we haven't got to worry about the backlash. We can do everything in righteousness, man. Not have to worry about nothing that we're doing.
Yep,
that's right. That change, man. That change has to come.
Ezekiel
Ezekiel 36, just on the point. At 24, for I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all the countries and will bring you into your own land. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you.
The new heart and a new spirit the Lord's gonna put within us, man.
Spiritual mind, not carnal one.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was only through Yahweh Shai and his sacrifice to make that happen. And that is the most important part. Because without that part, it's not going to work.
It's just a circle.
You put Jake back in a land, it don't matter. Give him all the money you want and all that. Jake gonna do murder. Jake gonna just like before. Scripture tells you, like the Lord planted us a right vineyard, where we read it. It won't be long, and it trust me, it won't be long. Things start falling apart.
The record's there for us.
Yeah,
to read.
I'll read Hosea 4:1 then. The Most High's controversy with Israel. It says, hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord have a controversy in the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of the Most High in the land. So over time, Jay will corrupt themselves.
And in the movie kind of shows you that a little bit, because the apes that were in, it says many generations in the future, and you had apes that didn't really even know about Caesar. And then you had the Don, the main Don, he was coming in Caesar's name, but his doctrine was twisting what Caesar was all about. You know what I'm saying? They'd fallen. So basically, in a roundabout way, they're showing you that they'd fallen away from the way, and they were leading themselves down the wrong path.
And I wrote to perdition.
Which is what we did.
Verse 2 says, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery,
swearing and lying and killing. So what you're seeing with Jake now today is really nothing new. The whole so-called black on black or Hispanic on Hispanic, all that violence that you see Jake was doing. Now, it was always happening with Jake. That's why we was getting put down. Because Jake could start acting crazy and family feuds and blood feuds and not keeping the law, man. Stealing and,
You had the whole book of Judges. Jake will get, Jake will be right at one point, then they'll start corrupting themselves, go off again. Then they'll cry to the Lord. Then they'll come and save them again. Send the Savior all the time. Like in the whole book of Judges, like how many saviors came to save Israel, man? So Jake's always been on that cycle of destruction, man. But when Yahweh Shai comes this time, that's when it's all gonna stop. Like there's not gonna be no more cycle of going into all this madness and going down the wrong path and corrupting ourselves anymore, because we're gonna be newly new creature created in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man.
And that's what Yahweh Shai sacrifice was all about.
That's
man.
what it was, man.
To break that cycle, man, and to make us perfect in the end. You know.
Because he ain't coming down to jump on the cross again.
Nope.
He's only done it once, man. So we got to be perfect now when he comes back.
And we will.
Yeah, we will be.
We will. And that's the beautiful
That's the
thing.
thing, that's the
Even
thing.
if you don't want to be, you will.
Yeah, you're going to be forced to be
You're
perfect.
gonna, just because the Lord has that power to reprogram us, to cleanse our minds, man, and program us the right way.
Innit?
You know,
Just
you
like
can't
now.
make yourself right. The Lord has to make you right ultimately.
Not just like now, because we Jake tried to do the right thing, but really his body's laden with death,
Iniquity.
laden with iniquity, bodies of death, man. So we always, eventually start going off, even if we don't want it. That told you that in
Yes,
Romans
in that
7, man.
Philippians.
The spirit fighting against the flesh. But when the Lord comes this time, he's going to make sure it ain't going to be no sin to corrupt us, because we're going to be sin proof. We're going to have those new bodies.
That's why because the whole Planet of the Apes thing is the humans go down because of their arrogance, and the apes come up, and the apes go down, and the humans go up, and all this. It's a cycle. The movie's just running a cycle.
That's what it is.
But we're not in that cycle. Understand that the scriptures, we don't represent that cycle. That cycle is broken with Yahweh Shai. We're gonna receive the kingdom, and we're gonna stay in that position. We're not gonna go off, and we're not gonna fall down.
Yeah,
You know.
the
Just,
wages of sin is death, right? So
Yeah.
we're not going to die anymore. So how are we going to commit sin?
just a quick one on the previous point, because how quick we corrupted ourselves. Because when Joshua and his generation died, the very next generation after we got into the land
His sons
started
are-
going off immediately. This is the book of
Aaron's sons, sorry.
Judges, the 2nd chapter, verse 10. And also that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord Yahweh, and served Baalim. And they forsook the Lord Yahweh, the God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods of the people that were round about them.
Yeah, so Jake always eventually corrupted themselves. Like the elder saying, Jake always lose their way.
Yeah.
But when we got Yahweh Shai watching over us, we ain't gonna lose our way, man. That's why we need those new bodies, man.
Yeah, eventually we gotta get Revelation 21 on that.
That's why we need the new heaven, well and dwelleth righteousness, man, where we ain't gonna ever go up. Even if you have the thought of dying up, it's not gonna
Scripture
manifest.
said the Yahweh Shai is the light thereof.
Yeah, he's the light.
He's gonna have a
No,
night.
there's no need for the sun and the
Yeah,
moon.
Yeah,
The
no
Lord
need
is
for
the
that.
light,
You're
yeah.
right. And we're not gonna have to teach each other.
Yeah.
It says that as well. We're not gonna have to teach each other no more. So we're not gonna lose it like through generations
Yeah,
the
not gonna
way of
forget.
how we're supposed to be.
So my people shall be all righteous.
All righteous,
Yeah,
man.
get these
Even
little
the
goofy
2/3, they're gonna come back
Yeah,
in their right minds. Even that same chapter in Ezekiel 36, it says that Jake's gonna loathe themselves because they're gonna remember the past times of how they fucked up in their past life, and they're gonna
Be
be
ashamed of that.
be ashamed, and they're gonna they're gonna be in that repentful, mournful state, but they're never gonna go off again. They're gonna be perfect this time.
Yeah.
And they're gonna know the mistakes that they made, and they're not gonna make them ever again.
and that's humbling.
That's humbling.
That's meekness, because you realize that perfection, you didn't perfect yourself.
Time.
Because if you perfect yourself, then you get gassed. You realize that, hold on, we were low, and we're all going through that. We were low, but it's the Lord that's going to put us on high. He's the Lord that's going to fix us, because you couldn't do it by yourself. And that's the thing with the Pharisees. I'm just going to keep the law perfectly by it. No, you can't. You can't. It's really the Lord that's going to put it in you, man. And that humbles you to realize that, yo, this was the Lord's salvation.
And that's what's gonna enable us to have an everlasting kingdom, man. Because that pride and arrogance is not gonna be within us, man.
No.
That wickedness is not gonna be in us.
And you're right, because the Pharisees, they were so zealous and outward appearance of being righteous. It's like you got
They
certain
forgot about
guys in
being
Israel
righteous.
today, they got the outward appearance of being righteous, but their doctrine's got all kind of holes in it, man.
Well, they're the ones that brought up the false witnesses.
Yeah.
The Lord said you ain't supposed to bring up no false witness, man.
So
Right.
they had all holes in their skeletons in their closet. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord said, do as they say, but not as they do. But they have the outward appearance, but really they're demons, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful.
And we've got
man.
these characters back again today.
Yeah, but
Same
you
shit.
know, the
Same
funny
thing.
thing is that's why they kind of showed the contrast between this guy in the new film and Caesar. Caesar never had all the like bronze and
No.
the big
Outward appearance.
pageantry. This guy came out with a mad pageantry, like, was doing a show for the people. Like, Caesar never did all that. Caesar just came humble, but everyone respected him. Anyway, go ahead.
Real quick, Romans 11, And 5, even so then at this present time there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace, then it is no more of works, otherwise grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace, otherwise work is no more work. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Begins
That's right.
with the elect, you know, because out of all our people, it's the elect that are humbling themselves to the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, returning back to the Heavenly Father, and you know, trying to keep the laws to the best of their ability, and just having faith. You know, the rest of our people, they're not on that. They're not interested. They're not interested. So how are they going to be saved?
They don't believe in thus saith the Lord. And at the end of the day, everything is about what the Lord said. Whether it be for good or evil, it's all about what the Lord said. And it's not about your own will, because you can't establish your own will. And that's the arrogance of man, to believe that you are the one that can establish your own will. But you can't. You know what I mean? It's all about the Lord and what he said. Esau's going to learn that because he wants to be the guy. He wants to be the top don, but he's going to be ripped from that position, man. He ain't going to do it on purpose. He's not willingly want to lose his kingdom, but he's going to lose it because what? Thus saith the Lord.
And he never gives credit to the Heavenly Father anyway.
Oh, hell no.
The Most High is not in his heart, man. He's the most, profane,
Bro,
proud devil.
if he
This
gave
is I
credit,
am and none else.
if
That's
he
how it
gave
is.
credit to the Most High, 'cause remember they tried to act like they were doing that or manifest doing it, but they were only conveniently saying that because it worked for them. But if it's manifest destiny and the Most High gave you that kingdom, then surely you should live by what the Lord said, right? But then the same man, hey, listen, that's what. Listen, I ain't even got to say nothing. Just look at what's coming up the road now. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Oh, man.
these same men are pushing this the SODOM. They're pushing it hard. So that their heart, because if you was a man of thus saith the Lord, you would fear that. You would fear that more than a nuclear bomb.
The Most High set the precedence for that. Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities.
You'd know that. Listen, forget about Russia, blood. If we don't,
We don't get right.
Russia might or might not destroy us, but if we do this, the Most High is definitely gonna bring us down out of our kingdom. But that shows you that their heart isn't set that He is the higher
There's
power.
no fear before their eyes.
Yeah.
Isaiah 19:14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to earn every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
There you go. And all that stems from arrogance and pride.
Yeah.
It all goes back to the root.
Rebellion.
Rebellion, arrogance, and pride. You're gonna do things the way you want to do them.
It's not enough that the Lord made man and woman to reprocreate. Now you want to corrupt and now say man can reprocreate with man when that can't happen, man.
And make it
Physically
okay.
impossible.
And it's okay.
It's okay.
And
or
if you talk against it, you're evil.
I'm evil. I'm the corrupt one. But the Lord said, "Put evil for don't put evil for good and good for evil, man."
Yeah, following
This
on.
place is totally upside down, inside out, and that's why those nuclear bombs are coming, man. That's why those nuclear bombs are gonna wipe this place out, man. Clean. Get rid of all this filth, man.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus. You staying there?
Did you finish?
We're reading the first chapter.
I think that was the point. Yeah. I think it's fine. Yeah, go on.
Ecclesiasticus 10 and the 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from Most High and his heart is turned away from his maker.
Right, you depart from the Most High, your heart, your mind, your mindset turned away from your maker. You start doing your own thing. And that's what always leads to the downfall of man. But you see, in our kingdom, our mind is going to be one with the Most High. That's why Yahweh Shai said, listen, I am going to be in you even as the Father is in me. I believe he said, ye and I are one. I'm trying to remember the exact quotation. Because they never, when they break down the Trinity, they never put that in there, innit? Because in the Trinity it says, I am the Lord and the Holy Spirit are one. But then there's scripture that says the disciples are one. So does that mean that it's not a Trinity no more? Nah, obviously in it because the scripture said. I'm sure that's in there. There's one I am, and there's one, and then he said about
John 17 and 11.
Yeah, that's the one about the disciples, isn't it?
Yeah. Let me jump a little bit. Verse 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. They are yours, right? Heavenly Father's, right? And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world. I come to thee, Holy Father, keep thou through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are.
So they may be
One in
one
mind,
as
one in
we
accord.
are.
Yep.
But no, but that means that it's not a trinity no more. It's just everyone
Yeah,
connected.
yeah.
You know, man. It means they're one as in they're in agreement because we're humble, man. We're joined onto Yahweh Shai, man. We're not doing our own thing.
That's that one body.
That oneness, yeah.
That's right, that one body. That's
In
why
agreement.
The Lord said we should all speak the same
Oh,
thing. So
Right,
we're supposed to be all in one agreement, one understanding. You know?
Now that don't mean a brother be like, oh, I like fried chicken, but I don't like fried chicken. It ain't talking about that. It's talking for righteousness' sake, innit?
Scriptures.
It's talking about, yeah, the righteousness of the scriptures, the will of the heavenly Father in righteousness, man.
Yeah, because when you check, it says in Ephesians, only one doctrine, one faith, one baptism.
There you go.
There's not on many truths. There's only one truth, man. That's right.
You
And
know?
if you haven't got that understanding, then you're not part of the circle of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's why you got guys coming in and falling out. They're coming in with all these wayward doctrines. All of a sudden,
They're not
they
tuned
change
in.
up. Yeah, they're not tuned in because they're not part of that circle, man. They're outside.
They can't pick up the feed no more.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah,
You know?
you cut off.
Yeah, okay.
First Corinthians 8 and 6.
They're like teaching that Esau's the so-called black man. You're going off, man, with red hair. You're bugging out, man. Dopey, whatever they call themselves. They was part of the circle, but then they fell away.
Yeah, they got demons on them. Listen, man, it's 2024, man. We ain't got a what's going on here, man. Esau's confirmed that the so-called white man's got to be Esau.
Yeah, man.
Because if he ain't, then who is he?
Yeah,
This
that's
man
not
is
what I
obviously like a chief devil in the earth. The whole world is clocking onto that. Them Amalekites, the whole world is clocking onto
Why
that.
they
What
keep
he's
coming out with
going
all
on.
these anti-Semi laws now, you know, because they know that they're being caught out there, man.
Yeah.
Everyone, you see what happened at the Eurovision contest?
Yeah,
booing them.
Yeah, they booed the hell of that bitch, man.
Everyone's looking at these guys like these men are the devils. They're the men of sin. They're murderers. They're liars. They're thieves, which is sin.
And Obadiah says they're going to be despised amongst all the heathen.
And then you got this David Bayet podcaster, podcaster demon talking about, oh, what's the difference? That after the blacks had slavery and the Jews had the Holocaust, the Jews did better than the blacks did. But man, shut up, man. How are you gonna compare? That shows you're an idiot, man. You're an idiot, man. I thought you was an intellectual, David. How can you compare? So how can you compare the condition of the so-called Negro from chattel slavery to the so-called Jew
Generation
from the so-called Holocaust, which only lasted, let's be honest, how long was what? Since you're meant to be this great podcaster, my business and all this stuff and all that. But how long was World War II, brother? You tell me. Because I thought that World War II was between 1939 to 1945. And the so-called Holocaust, even in their history, only lasted for about 4 months or something like that. No, let me not say 4 months, but it weren't for the whole period. The so-called final solution, which we're not gonna, but like according to them, these are the same man lying now. So you know, but according to them, that final solution wasn't even a year. So you're really gonna compare hundreds of years, generations of brutality and captivity and mental and physical decimation.
And they got given a land after that.
Yeah.
They got given all
Money.
kinds of
Money.
shit.
They
They got
offered
given
them
paid.
their
That's what I'm saying.
You're saying given. They had the land for the whole thing. Because who are the Rothschilds? Who are the Rothschilds? Who are the Rockefellers? We're talking about a group of people that didn't only exist in Germany. So let me ask you a question. The so-called Negroes that were in slavery in America and in the Caribbean and in America, where did they have brethren that controlled all the industries? You tell me that.
Zero.
So can you name me the so-called Negroes that were captains in the banking industry, captains in the all the industries, the media? Can you because obviously that helps, right? If you got your people in the positions of power and influence, surely that would help you to recover from an alleged event.
Because the word is nepotism, which basically comes from like nepo, I think it's like uncle, family, and that's what these guys have been doing throughout history. Nepotism, how you help your friend out, family out.
Yeah, you JOOs were part of the destruction of our people.
Yeah.
Even down to today. I don't see you setting up your own people to destroy the minds of your people. I see Sexy Red though.
Yeah.
I see Sexy Red. I see all these goofy rappers. You control them. You're the one controlling the media that's pushing all of the subversive influences on our people. Who's doing that to you? Who's doing that to your daughters and your sons?
Yeah.
No one. You control all of that. So how are you gonna compare? You devil man. But anyway, it don't matter because you're going into slavery and the Lord's gonna deliver his people as we're reading.
Psalm 73, verse
Yeah,
8.
he's trying to run from their, their punishment, basically.
Yeah, but he's trying to make them look superior. He's trying to make them look superior.
Yeah,
Obviously,
we
they
recovered,
recovered,
yeah,
Yeah, and made us what we went through light.
bro, we're constantly under attack spiritually and physically. The crack epidemic wasn't crack cocaine being pumped into so-called Jewish neighborhoods. What are you talking about? We always got agents working against us, man. And then obviously, yeah, we work against ourselves too. So we're in double trouble because we're under the cut. In fact, can we get the Deuteronomy 28 and 45? Because we're under the curses, and you ain't. You ain't under the curses. That's really what it is. But we see when we get you in captivity, let's see if you Amalek gonna recover. Let's see how you gonna recover from Obadiah the 18th chapter.
Psalm 73, verse 8 said, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They're basically taking the piss, man. They're trying to make us look small because of our condition, but you ain't going for half the shit.
Making those proud statements, man. So this whole fucking system is just straight up oppressive, man. The whole system that you set up is meant to destroy and subvert and keep us down as a people, so we can never rise up again.
Flipping scum. The way look, if let's take one film. What's it called? Independence Day. You watch Independence Day, look at Will Smith's family and how he operated, right? Now there's a scene where you got Will Smith's wife with the president's wife. And I'm the president's wife. What are you? And she was a stripper. Now, why did they put that in there? Why couldn't she be a professional?
At first she said she's a dancer. She's a dancer. What kind of dancer?
She's knowing that's a shameful thing already.
Yeah.
Because that's all part of the conditioning to put Jake on a low vibration.
Yeah.
They like to make mockery.
And then they put the JOO as the brains of the operation. That wacky ass
Goldstein, whatever the fuck.
Hollywood, Hollywood's always been attacking the mind of the Negro, man.
Yeah.
They're the ones that fund all these shows. That's why Power is so popular. That's why 50 can make these The Wire, Power, and all that crap.
And all that. Yeah, that's the only time Jake can ever aspire to be anything. It's being a drug baron or something like that.
Yeah, they're
something illegal. That's the only word Jake can get power. That's the only time Jake can gain power is doing something illegal.
How are you gonna say the JOO? How are you gonna compare them, man? We don't even own or control one industry on the planet.
Nothing.
So how are you gonna say that? Oh, wait. Bro, you've been attacking. Anyway, go on, man.
Just right on the
I
thing.
got this one quickly.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Right. The reason I'll give you the real answer, David.
Dickhead.
Straight to the point. The reason our people could not recover from hardcore slavery to be in the same position as the JOO is in the world today is because we're under the curses, and those curses manifest themselves not only on the fact that our enemies can prevail against us, which they do, but also to the fact that we even become enemies to ourselves.
But not only that, you could say like Black Wall Street, that was a success. It would have been some
And
type
they
of
destroyed
success. But who came up against us?
Yep.
The so-called white man. Esau.
Led by the JOO.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
Jake went into the interiors of West Africa.
it's not that Jake can't do it.
No,
It's just that it's
not
curses.
gonna last.
It's curses, man.
You got brothers got families and all that. We've got come from certain brothers got certain established families, certain time. Got businesses and all that, but sometimes those businesses falter.
You just got to
Because they were talking like we're incapable of doing anything great, because they've always done that.
Yeah.
We're incapable of doing anything.
But bro, the JOO have had the benefit of not being under the curses, and they have a system that they can pass from generation to generation of how to scam and manipulate the world, and that's good for you. But if Jake also had a functional system, we would be above you.
Yeah.
Because we're more intelligent than you, we're more creative than you, we're more innovative than you,
100%.
right? And we're more athletic than you. And we're just generally cooler than you.
Harder working.
100%.
Period. But we ain't got a system. It's just like we was talking about football the other day.
Yeah.
You got a system that's making a bad player look good.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Control it,
And every sport, man.
And you're able to keep your thing running because you have functional families, because you don't allow yourself to be affected by the poison you're pushing out. Which, by the way,
You might have-
allegedly, one of the things, because remember the German society, let's talk about this. The German society was a so-called conservative Christian society, very traditional, very conservative society. One of the complaints of the average German at the time in regards to the J00Zs, right, was their pushing of pornography and illicit material into Germany to destroy and degrade German society. Now, you might say, well, that wasn't true. Well, who owns and controls the porn industry today? Even Pornhub is owned by a rabbi.
Yeah.
He founded it.
Someone hold Habakkuk 3:16, I think it is. Warranting that giveth unto his neighbor strong drink.
Yeah, man.
Bro, got his
They
article.
control
I've got his
everything,
article,
man.
bro.
Bro, got his
Goes
article,
out, we're
it's
just on a
interesting.
print, right?
Yeah. Bring it out.
So this is from .gov.uk, the actual Home Office itself, backed by Rishi Sunak, dated 29th February 2024.
He's probably a J
Yo,
double O.
I want to replace. I'll replace their modern title with Amalek, innit, just so we don't get censored. It says, record funding will protect Amalek communities from harm. J communities will receive dedicated security and protection thanks to the biggest financial commitment ever made by the government to tackle
See how they got all that
Yeah,
protection?
Where's Jake's?
All that
Man came out
protection.
saying,
man.
Well,
where's Jake's?
After the H, well, let's not forget the fact that the actual JOOs benefited from the whole war because they funded both sides and their industries were protected. Like a lot of the industry in Germany was owned by outside sources. They weren't bombed by the Allied forces. So let's not forget. Let's start from the very beginning. They was running the world anyway, so they made money from that whole war. Okay. Now after the war, when Germany had to start paying up, right? They had to pay these people. When Jake was so-called freed from slavery in the Caribbean and in America, what funds did they receive?
They paid the
They
slave owners. You were J double O's.
It's one of the reasons H is still poor to this day. You know,
They paid the slave owners, man. They didn't pay the slaves.
Yeah.
And the slave owners were 70% of the slave owners were J double O's, man. In the history books, it's in the history. So you get the scripture.
And this is the reason why they changed the name, so you can't
I'm
really.
saying-
It's not like it doesn't look very plain when we say it because it sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Well,
But that's why they always change names. So you can't really
like
lock onto
Pete,
them.
like Pete Davidson.
Mm.
He's one of them.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
rap. That's why he got with that Kim Kardashian bitch, man.
Yeah, they
You
keep
know,
feeding him gal, and he's not
industry.
funny. That's why there's a lot of them comedians, and they're not even funny.
Yeah,
They just keep getting put on SNL and all that.
All on the sitcom shows.
As soon as you tell
You
them
know?
that you got a so-called J double O on your mother's side,
Anything.
it's an in thing, man. You
It's
get initiated, man, straight away. You get all kinds of funds and loans, as many as you want, man.
Yeah, they've been funded, man. But then the only thing they want to point to is welfare. Welfare ain't nothing, man. Welfare is not designed to take you out of poverty. Okay,
It's a trap.
it's a trap.
I got a quick one here. The Jeremiah 15:11. Because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O you destroyers of mine heritage, because you have grown as fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls.
Right, you JOOs, because you're part of you're the head of the Edomite structure. So you've done a good job of separating yourself from the Edomites, right? The other Edomites,
Yeah.
and then making yourself look like a disenfranchised and oppressed group. But then you're the head of all the banks. You control the media.
Industry,
You own it. Like, how are you oppressed when you're in that position of influence and power?
Right.
Make it make sense.
Yeah.
It's a lie. You're not in a position to be oppressed.
Yeah.
You're the one with the power.
You just manufacture events to make
Yeah.
it look like you're
It's
suffering.
fake victimhood. You're
Yeah.
not the victim.
Definitely not.
You live where you want.
seven.
You do
I've got
what
my
you
seven.
want.
And that's why you're on the news right now. That's why that bitch got booed at Eurovision. Because everyone's catching up to your lies, man.
The universities are
They're not-
protesting and
You're the man of sin being revealed, man. You're the ultimate devil, man. You lie, you
Yeah.
steal, you rob, you murder,
Someone
live
that
on live
stuff.
stream, and then you
Right.
say you didn't do it.
Yep. And then when anyone calls you out, then you play the victim.
Yeah. Then he's
straight
anti-Semitic.
here, straight every
Now you're
year,
gonna now you want to put people on the death penalty.
Yeah.
Trump's calling for the death penalty for people that go against anti-Semitism now.
But all
Now you
your
just read that article about the anti-Semitism. We
Yo.
should do the same thing.
because
Other stats in
check
the
this
lab.
out. Yeah, you read the scripture and it says about they've gotten fat.
Yeah.
You're the ones that have mainly gotten fat of
That's it.
of the oppressive regime of this
Right.
system. That's why you're getting richer and richer. You're the bankers.
Yeah.
You put in the economic tools which destroy Jake, redlining and all that. You come up with all that.
Yeah.
You come up with all these different things to destroy our people, man. And then you make the money out of them. Literally, the biggest example is the entertainment industry.
Mm.
The basketball, you
Slave.
owning shit.
Slave.
And then Jake is really the one with the value, but you're taking 90% of the value for yourself. And Jake is getting nothing. Jake is getting the peanuts.
Even with the football thing, all these sports, like I say, it's all slavery, man.
Yep.
So
And
modern day
it's in
slavery
your
contract.
interest to keep Jake destroyed. So it's like with Esau, he's like a boa constrictor. He's
Yeah.
got the thing wrapped all the way around and squeezing us. So if you
Yeah.
look at it right, a lot of even a lot of these when you look it up, a lot of these entertainers, right? The reason they're able to be taken advantage of is because of the homes they come from. They come from poverty
Yeah.
and they come from single parent homes,
Yes.
which makes them vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because when you're vulnerable like that, it's easy for someone to come and take an advantage of you.
Yeah.
So, and the pedophile thing. So you actually set up a system where you create the situation that destroys the family, and then now you can take advantage of those children.
Yeah.
So you got it
Oh,
going,
yeah.
you got the system running on all sides, and it's just working good for you. And they've done a study on that, man. All these young boys, that's why they can go to a family. And as a young athlete, you're not supposed to be the one that's saving your family like a damn savior. You're supposed to be like, listen, I could be a footballer or not. I'm not supposed to be here trying to save my family. But because you're in that situation, now man can come in and give you a shitty deal and you take it.
pressure on you.
Put the pressure on you.
And even families, like the parents, even end up giving away their children as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Selling away
Because
their
they're hard up, but
And they're so invested as well.
Yeah.
You're doing it. You're making it.
Yeah.
So they put extra pressure on you, man.
Yeah.
And
But-
sometimes you don't want all that pressure, man.
no,
You don't want all
it
that pressure.
destroys them. That's why a lot of them man end up with mental illness. But if you're the footballers that come from money already, they don't have them problems because it's like it's not that deep. I ain't got to save no one. My dad's got money, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just making my own money. So it's like, but they're creating that situation with the social engineering, which is destroying our people.
Mhm.
So they could then take advantage. In fact, that's still in Habakkuk. Go on.
Well, I know I'm not gonna get through the whole thing. It's
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
this, yo, it says more than 17 million. Wait, let me start from here. On Wednesday, the 28th of
What's
February.
that dude's name again? David what? David Bayet or something?
Yeah,
Demon, man.
Wednesday, 28th of February. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak pledged to give the organization, which established to protect the J community sites, more than 70 million over the next 4 years.
If I can say though, it's like when you drive around their communities, you see it'll be like 9 p.m. in the evening, you see their little kids walking around.
But nobody
not
ain't trying to do
caring
nothing to
what-
them.
Exactly.
Bro, them man are being barking all the time at the station. Ain't nobody doing nothing to them. No one ain't really getting at them like that.
Yeah.
Like they really getting black man are really trying to get them down.
Jake got more points with their own people than
Yeah, like bro, them Elamites are in East Ham shanking each other up. They're not trying
But
to get at these guys.
then J00 is talking about black people are a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't cause half no trouble for you people, man.
Oh, it was
We
Dennis.
cause more trouble between ourselves.
It was the guy Dennis Prager, the guy on his show.
Okay.
His name's Dennis Prager.
Oh, PBC.
Yeah.
We got PBC.
Yeah, he was on that David guy's
Oh,
channel.
yes.
Dennis Prager, that's his name. Go on.
This funding will increase security at a range of J buildings across the country, including schools, synagogues.
I know that all that funding is really going to be a way to take public
Funnel.
funds and funnel them into some
Oh, no.
bootleg security companies
Yeah.
to get the money. It's a scam. They're just shuffling government funds, and man's yeah, give me
Yeah.
that. You know the
But
picture.
the thing is, we've never always got no money though.
No.
No money, but we've got money to Ukraine. These fucking idiots.
Yeah.
There's always throwing money somewhere, but just not to the people. to the people that actually need it.
Oh.
You know.
But I bet you if you look up the security companies that's getting them contracts, very lucrative.
Someone's friend.
Someone bend something in it.
They're calling it the J Community Protective Security Grant. And so that's non-repayable as well. That's just free money that's going
No
into.
funds for the JOO.
So it's not a loan.
So why are they
You know,
getting
it's not-
special protection? I thought we were all equal citizens.
They're in danger, apparently.
Isn't the police there to protect everyone?
And the Palestinians.
You got it.
Why are they? You think about it, like, why are they getting extra protection? I do not. I pay my taxes. I pay my taxes. You pay your taxes.
Yeah, man.
So the police are supposed to be there to protect everyone equally. Why are they then taking my taxpayer money and
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
extra protection to a community? What about me? When I'm walking through the ends and there's man looking
Man,
shady out here, maybe I need some security out here.
And they got their own ambulance service and police already, man. They
Yeah,
already
sure.
got those
Well,
incentives.
but this is the funny thing. Because you mentioned about the taxes and the police and that kind of stuff, right? The police are always getting cut. Police are always getting cut, man. No funding,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But they got money for private firms to go protect
To
these
go
fucking.
protect these guys, and no one ain't even trying to get at them like that.
No, man. Jake getting chefed every day.
Earth is given into the hand of the
Yo.
wicked, man. It's not a joke. The scriptures don't lie, man. This
Yo.
is why when Yahweh Shai comes, all this shit's gonna stop, man. Esau ain't gonna have no more power, man. All these privileges are gonna be, disbanded, man.
We're going to decide what we're going to do with the funds. We're going to decide, where it's going to go, where it's going to build, who's going to support.
We're gonna put some funds into them, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
Esau
them
don't
iron
catch
rods.
hell.
but just like when during slavery, all the companies that making chains are making big money, man.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to make big money again.
We're gonna put money into the chain.
That's it.
Uncomfortable chain.
20-ounce chain.
Not polished, not smoothed up.
I'm uncomfortable chain.
Yeah, the rusty one, yeah.
Yeah, man.
The spikes in it.
Yeah,
On the inside.
They probably like that. They probably like that shit.
Yeah,
Good and
Yes. Go on,
The new funding package announced today is the biggest single financial commitment any government has made to protect J communities. It comes on top of 18 million already given.
Come on, man. 18 million. So what do they need more money for? This is ridiculous now, man.
But again, this situation with the whole Gaza thing is an excuse. So it's just an excuse to push this out there. No
This is
fucking
why
need it.
everyone's gonna turn against the JOOs because they're realizing you men are just taking the fucking piss now, man. Like you already own the world, you own all the world's wealth.
Yeah,
You've already got everyone impoverished already.
Yeah, why are
You're
the
just taking
Rothschilds
the
funding that, man?
No shit.
The Rothschilds fund that, like they got it like that. It's a joke thing, man.
Got receipt of the
Yeah. I never thought about it. They should be doing a GoFundMe, man.
Yeah, private matter.
Yeah, they should be doing a
Not public
GoFundMe.
one.
That's crazy, man.
honestly, the funding will provide protective security measures such as security guards, CCTV, alarm systems at educational sites. Let me skip to the main point. It's saying this is mad, bro. It says the government remains committed to ensuring abhorrent hate offences are stamped out. I didn't give a fuck whether it's Jake and Jake or like any of the other.
Yeah, what hate offense are you talking about? Some bullshit, man. Ain't nobody been getting at these dudes. No
Not
one
yet.
ain't really getting at these dudes, man. That's a lie. Like, no one already out here trying to look for them. How does this kind of work? But he's telling me these guys, these JOOs are on the train. The worst thing is the ones you actually know is only really the Orthodox ones or the ones that wear the hat. But ain't nobody. If someone might say something and that's about it, someone might say free Palestine. Like, what's that? Ain't no one really.
Yeah,
putting
man,
pressure.
them man are scared, bro. They're always
But
scared.
listen, but no one ain't really putting pressure. You got more pressure if you're from Stony and you to back up in the wrong. You know what I mean? Like, them man ain't really under no
What is
real
it?
pressure.
Like, you come from the wrong ends. It's a problem.
Yeah,
But these man can come from anywhere. It don't matter.
Bro, even with the JO that lived in our area, blood, he never had no problems like that. No one,
Never, man.
people knew he was one of them, but nobody went trying to get at him.
What's for them anyway?
Anyway, go on. Huh?
Yeah. It says the government provided. So this is going back to 2023. They had already provided an additional 3 million to provide additional security in October
So that's the
2023.
18 plus another 3 million.
Yeah. Nearly 200 schools and more than 250 synagogues have hired more security guards, increased guarding hours from existing security guards.
Why?
There ain't no bomb
Ain't nobody
scares.
going on. Ain't nobody doing nothing to these man.
Ain't no one running up in no synagogue trying to blow
Ain't
up no.
nobody got time
know
for that.
what I'm
What's this guy on? But you see, they're
Artificially,
scared.
artificially
Yeah,
doing it,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
taking the money and paying themselves with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Disappearing that
trying to
money.
make it look that they're under threat, but they're
Yeah.
not.
They're not under no threats, man.
They're not
The
under
only
threat at
threat
all.
they got is from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shine.
You see when the man got shook when they used to have the Yahweh's name on the lamppost. Man, they got shook. That was hate. That was hate speech. That's crazy, bro. They're crazy. They legitimately believe that they're under some kind of threat and they ain't.
Yeah, because they even their little mini me's, they try and convince them through their media.
It's bullshit. Bullshit.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
is there any more now? Okay, let's go back to the scriptures.
I got
Because
Psalms.
Yeah, go.
I've got Psalm 73 again, but I'm going to
Yeah.
jump up to verse 3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their debt, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men." They're not really in trouble.
Yeah, they're in a very
They're
privileged-
already well protected already.
they got all the insiders.
Yeah.
They get fast tracked through every industry. As long as you know, like you, because they're the mans that's running it. We don't have that. We don't have that ability. We can't get fast tracked through industries because we don't own and control no industries, man.
They infiltrate every group as well, both sides. You know, but any type of movement they're invested in. Like you think, oh, you got a black movement guy. It's funded by the
Yeah,
Soros,
they're
the
always there.
JO. They fund
Been
everything.
infiltrated.
Man.
But even the whole civil rights movement, they were there,
I was
mixed
gonna say,
all up in
The
there.
Black Panther thing. You would have thought, oh yeah, Black Power and all that. They was funded, the CIA's and all that. They infiltrated that shit, man.
Undermined.
It was the JOOs, man, controlling that shit. So every nick and every cranny and every corner of society, they control it, man. And that's what these people don't seem to understand. That's why they're the most hated, man.
And this is what makes people mad with you, man, because you act like a victim.
Yeah.
And you're not no victim, man.
Some false alleged incident that never really happened. Because we even had one guy come out a couple of weeks ago and he said that he lied. He said, yeah, the Auschwitz thing was a lie, bro.
Bro, it's not scientifically possible for them to do what they said happened. It's not scientifically possible, man. They showed the picture of some little oven. Bro, do you know what it takes to burn
6
Bro.
million.
6 million bodies, bro? And there was no bodies left after that.
Nothing.
Like,
Well,
no,
how?
man.
What did they burn
smoke,
them with,
nothing,
man?
bro.
Nuclear fire, man.
Innit?
What's going on?
Dropped an atomic.
Wow.
It's scientifically impossible for what they said, and that's why they keep having to revise the numbers down and down
Yeah.
to make it more believable, because they just made it up. It was just war propaganda, man. As usual, just like what they're doing now in Gaza.
Yeah, man, are eating babies and
Yeah, they said, man, beheaded 40 babies, and then it turned out it was all a lie. Because they know that once you bring that out at first, you just want the impact.
shot.
Even if later you're proved wrong, it doesn't matter, because it's the first information that goes out that really takes hold. So they know, like, just lie. It doesn't matter. Once we push out that lie, it's out there now.
Yeah.
And man are gonna run with it.
But they got German. So I've got sorry, Baba, sure. German reparation payments. This is as of 2022, 82 billion euro. To
Reparation payments.
82 billion euro, bro.
Yeah, what did we get? We got in the UK. Do you know what the so-called Negro got for his troubles? A carnival. That was the appeasement. No lie.
Bro,
That was
was it an employment contract?
no. They got
Even that they tried cutting
they
off.
got a carnival. The whole idea of the carnival was to make
Liberation.
the West End, because remember we built London.
Right.
London became rich based upon the commerce and everything coming out of the West Indies. And we came here and rebuilt after the war
Yeah.
and put in all that work, yeah. And then so when we were becoming disgruntled, they came together and said, "Oh, you know what? We're gonna make you feel like you have a part of London." And they gave man the Notting Hill Carnival,
And then throughout the years they've been
and
cutting
then
it.
they've been cutting it back. But that is even when you remember, we went to the sugar. We went to the. If you go to the sugar museum, they
Yo.
remember we went through it. We actually got a video up on it, and they tell you all the horrors of slavery. And then right at the end, they said, "But thanks to all of that, you know, London became this and that, and now they get to live here in London and have a carnival." That was it. That was what we got for all the blood, sweat, and
But
tears.
this is you say, oh, we get to live in London, but things are extortion here.
Well, we
Jake-
live in the worst areas.
That's what I'm saying. It's extortion. Like, Jake can't afford nothing really. Rent's mad. You can't own nothing. Everything's too expensive.
We
man.
don't live in Richmond. We don't live in Chigwell. We don't live in Stamford Stamford Hill,
Nice.
where man was living.
Man in Grenfell, fam.
Man are in South London, fam.
Yeah. Yo,
Man are in South London. But you know what? People say South,
Yeah.
but there's nice areas in South.
No,
No,
yeah.
we're
It's
in
not
the
where we are.
the grimy areas in South. And then they come and gentrify. So the grimy areas become nice, but then we get moved out. You can't the
Outside of
state
London.
thing. Yeah. So it's man, this whole thing is a but hey man, have we got Habakkuk 3?
Yeah,
Is anyone good?
yeah, sure,
Finish
finish
that and
yeah.
we get Habakkuk.
Psalm 73 verse 5 again said, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasses them about as a chain.
And you see that they're hella proud in their movements. They're just doing what they want to do, right? Out in the open. And now they're getting caught out there because even the Israeli spokeswoman the other day, like, no, it was a spokesman. Even Piers Morgan had to stick it on him because Piers was like, so how many Hamas have you killed? Man said the number straight away, 14,000. Then man said, okay, so how many civilians have you killed? Oh, we don't know. Huh? We can't say. So hold on. Man said, so how can you know accurately how much Hamas soldiers you killed, but you don't know how many civilians? Because he don't care about the civilians, man. And he got put on the, well, I don't know the number. I'm not privy to that. What does that's not matter? And he got exposed that these guys is making up numbers. They're killing people and just saying they're Hamas. They're running a genocidal program, and the whole world is seeing it. But it's the pride that we could do this, and what is the world going to do about it? Because for years they were able to do this, but let there be a shootout between the Bloods and the Crips, and a baby gets shot by accident, The Bloods and the Crips are the worst filthy animals there ever is on the planet. It's fucking niggas, man. You know, which it is reprehensible. Man, shoot up a basketball court and little Johnny get his head licked off. We're not with that. But think about it. If you add all, listen, I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure. If you add up all of the deaths from gang violence, right, for this year in America, probably add the UK in with that, and Jamaica. Fuck it, add Jamaica to it. Add up all the murders from gang violence between Jake, it's not going to be as much as what them JOOs are doing over there in Hamas in terms of children and innocent people being killed. Because normally when Jake get a man down, even here in London, man are not getting down the 3-year-old and man sees up and might ching him up like
usually one person.
But that guy's up anyway, like
It's usually one person that gets stabbed about 20 times.
Yeah.
Like 10 different people.
and he was on madness too.
Yeah.
He was on madness. He's on the roads. So Jake is getting other guys that's pretty much on the roads.
On the same shit.
And then, in a drive-by, man might lick Johnny's head. But these man are, there's videos of just
everyone.
4 bros just walking down the road like, and the man just drop a bomb on them. Boom. But we're the like violent, we're known for being the most violent monsters there are on the planet Earth, and we're a major problem. But really, when you break down the numbers, we got Esau's the real killer out here.
Not terrorists, man.
Man's got children on the rubble, gasping and breathing for dust.
I've got something. Psalms 140, the heading says, prayer for protection against the wicked. To the chief musician, the Psalm of David. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. Which imagine if mischief's in their heart. You see now all these pharmaceutical companies, which guess who owns and controls them? Now they're coming out about
They made that payout for the talking.
And now it's coming out on the talking part. But I'm talking about even the it's coming out now how it's been, so there's some real killers, bro.
That's a package.
Esau deals with death, man.
That's some real killers.
You know,
and then they even tried to, because people were dying from it. Then they tried, some of the newspapers manipulated it. Like the Telegraph came out and said it straight, but then some of the other newspapers were like, "Oh, there was just new batches," so they pulled out the old ones. Tried to.
People were coming out and trying to report it, but Esau put like a shadow ban.
Who you think owns them companies? It ain't the Bloods and the Crips, man. It ain't Pookie. Pookie didn't come up with that scheme.
Yeah, they've always got these parent companies that no one knows about.
And before all that happened, what was happening? What was being said by Bill Gates? Bill Gates was saying he wants to.
But then they said, but all we need to give it to you black people first. Remember that?
Exactly.
Everyone acting like they don't remember all that. Yeah, we need to make sure that black people get it first because historically we've been.
But where was he trying all these bees before in Africa?
But hold on. How come if these men are so victims, how come they never said we need to give it to the JOOs first? They never said that. They said, "Nah, we need to give it to these niggas, man. Yeah, hold this." You know? Go on, go on.
Verse
One of them over here.
so yeah, verse 6. Therefore, pride
My nose
compasses
is-
them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish.
Right, they're the ones that's running all these. They're the ones producing these guns. They're the ones that's running the illegal drug trade.
Yep.
They're the ones doing all this stuff, man.
Forges of lies, positions of no value.
It ain't Jake. Jake, how can Jake listen? You know how you know it ain't Jake? All these illicit black market industries are billions upon billions upon billions of dollars worth.
Yeah.
If Jake was really running drugs, and I mean really the ones running it, bro, there'd be some rich ass Negroes out here, man. And I'm talking about multi-billionaire Negroes off that cash. But there ain't.
Esau will shut that shit down as well.
Most man you know that's really dealing in drugs ain't that rich, bro. When I say ain't that rich, they're not rolling with like hundreds of millions. Them man get a certain amount of cash, then the police come and just wipe them out.
Yeah.
Where's all this revenue going?
But that money gets taken out, then it goes back in.
Go back to them.
Circulation.
These are the men that's really running the guns at the top. They're the guys at the top, the wholesalers that's controlling all them industries and putting it out there in the world.
It's like everything Jake do and get involved in, man. It's like a loan. He's just loaning them, allowing them to accrue these things, this money or whatever. Then because they know they're going to take it at some point, it's going to go back to them.
Everything.
You know, like MJ, all of them, like they have to sell it all back off, right?
They got that, man.
And anything like cross border, because Esau's the one. Like you can't send something. You know, you might whenever you send something abroad, you're gonna say this is in the item. It costs this much. Let you put something else that's in there. Now the other they know. So how are you gonna tell me that there's millions of pounds of drugs?
But it's
Well,
known that the
they don't
state of Israel is a hub for all forms of illicit activity and trafficking. And they use the diamonds as a currency.
That's right, man. Yeah, man. When you think
Which
of
that's their racket too. The diamond racket.
Yeah, the diamond industry, all of that. The gems, all the stolen gems.
Yeah.
They run all of that, man. They even had that movie with Adam Sandler. He's a small act, and it was called something gems or something like that.
Yeah, they run it. They've been running it for ages. The bears, the whole, not just them, like the whole system of diamond
Valuation,
jewelry
yeah.
is all them.
It's all them.
And that's a scam system as well, if you didn't know. And then they use the rappers to get their money back from the rappers because they're selling these rappers the diamonds, and even a lot of times the fake diamonds are
Fake
selling them.
diamonds,
And then so they use the rappers to get you Negroes, as soon as you get a bit of P, to go buy their diamonds. They're using them to create demand for their own shitty product.
Yeah.
They're the ones that put in Hollywood diamond is a girl's best friend. That whole idea of giving your woman a diamond ring was all social engineering.
And the fact that they hate on synthetic diamonds, which they're chemically the same, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Codians.
they're
Into Codians and all that shit.
but they're just they get expensive now. They're not even cheap.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
supposed to be. They're making them in labs, but it's not cheap.
Yeah.
It's all plated anyway. It's all
Yeah.
plated gold and silver.
But-
But they still put the zirconians in there.
Yeah,
And try and sell it for a profit.
they got this new one called Vermeil. I don't even know what the fuck that is, man. But it's just another
All kinds of metals, man.
yeah, it's just like another coating, man. It just cheapens the metals, man. You're not really getting what you're paying for these
Oh.
days.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. So Sigmund Freud, which is another demon, social engineer, right? Pedophile, right? In fact, I'm sure wasn't Sigmund Freud the one that the sexual revolution? He was part of that too.
No, I was just thinking there was I know the guy you're talking about. There's something institute. There's an institute named after him.
There's
I know
another
the-
guy, but I
yeah.
believe Sigmund Freud was it sexual theory? Yeah, he was part of it. Sigmund
Okay.
Freud was part of it.
They usually are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his nephew. So you got Sigmund Freud. Well, who was the other guy? There was another one as well. Of sexual revolution.
Yeah.
What was his name? Kinsey.
Yeah.
So you had Kinsey and Freud, they were working doing the same things. Right? So you had Sigmund Freud. Now his nephew was Edward Bernays. Now Edward Bernays is the reason why women smoke cigarettes and people are eating bacon.
Slugging to add to that, his Edward Bernays' nephew or some basic relative is now the founder of CEO of Netflix, which is continuing on the same witchcraft.
And,
And pass on this
so
substance
all
to
these
their mate.
people that, all these women, because these are the guys that feminism, right? All these women that are chain smoking cigarettes, it was Edward Bernays that came up with the advertising program to co-opt the feminist movement to get women to smoke cigarettes, because prior to that, women didn't want to smoke no damn cigarettes. It was seen as manly and disgusting, which it is. There's nothing more foul than the smell of coffee and cigarettes. It's foul as hell. Yeah, come on, you telling me you want to, you don't want anyone talking in your
You don't
face with
wanna
that
kiss a girl,
cigarette
man.
as breath. But then through the feminist movement, he said, okay, we're going to empower women. We're going to tell women, don't let your man tell you you can't smoke cigarettes. So it's like a reverse psychology.
You can do what men do.
Yeah.
Same thing they push out now.
But the women didn't want to do it, but because they were trying to be rebellious, oh yeah, okay, I'll smoke the cigarette.
Yeah.
So how many women died from cigarettes because of Edward Bernays and his witchcraft? And get who? He's one of them.
Yeah.
And he did a lot more than that. I think he was responsible for the renaming of the Ministry of War to the Ministry of Defense as well. So they're always doing propaganda and foolishness. In fact, he wrote a book called Propaganda. That's Edward Bernays. I got the book at home. The demon. Master manipulators and deceivers.
Yeah. Sure.
Earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man.
Satan, man.
Back in Psalm 73, verse 7 said, their eyes stand up with fatness, they have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression, they speak loftily.
Right.
They set their mouth at
The corruption, if just, I mean, we always use it, but just look at the music industry.
Yeah.
How these artists get shafted. Absolutely shafted when they're the one putting in all the creativity. They're the star.
They don't hold nothing.
And they end up broke, and then on top of that, they control their creativity to use their get them to use their creativity against their own people.
Yeah.
They get them to use their own creativity against their own people, but notice they're not allowed to do it against the JOOs. Just look at Sir P was talking about that. Here it is for years.
Yeah.
If you look at Jamaican society, used to be about community. People used to be able to leave their doors open. Even the police, it was community police. When I was in Montserrat, my uncle was a policeman. You know what I'm saying? It weren't no thing. Oh, it's an uncle. If something happened, you're damn right you're gonna tell. What do you mean? How you gonna see a man rob a granny down the road and don't tell? What kind of society is that? Where did this idea of no snitching come from? The rappers. It's the entertainer that started pushing kill Informer for dead and made it cool. Oh, okay. Well, the worst thing to be is an informer. So then now the criminals can just have free reign and they could run up and shot a man in the face. And then guess what? Because no witness is going to come forward because Informer for dead. The murderers just keep doing what they're doing. And that's how you get man with like 34 bodies on them. You know what I'm saying?
You get the world boss.
The world boss on them. But you see, they were saying kill every man, cut off head, kill granny, head chop off and thrown in the bush. All kind of madness that man was speaking in the lyrics. Buju Banton, killing farmer, drink blood and all that stuff. And he say, what did he say? Bombay in a batty man head. The system turned around and made the man sign an agreement, right? To say they can no longer sing lyrics with violence against batty man. They didn't say you couldn't, but everything else is fine. You can still say Informer for dead. So you can kill a witness to a murder. That's cool. You can kill another Jake. You can kill his granny. You can kill his son. You can kill his auntie.
Well, that's what Easter does.
Murk everything off, but you can't say Bon Batty man. Because if you say Bon Batty man, you can't. Think about that. So they protected the homos in the society, but they still allow you to speak against your own, which is all destructive. Yeah, that's them. That's what they've done. And then so they use your artists and use your own music you're producing against you. And then it's an argument where they say, well, these rappers, they're speaking all this violence, it has no effect. The music is not the cause of the violence. So then why are you saying that they're not allowed to say Bon Batty man?
Yeah.
It's not logical, is it? If you're saying the music doesn't have any power to influence people, then why is it then that you're saying that they can't say Bun Batty, man? Because they don't have the power to influence no one. It's bullshit, man. So, and it's these JOOs, these record labels that they control.
Everybody knows, man. You give someone a platform to speak on, they're gonna influence people, man. You know?
Of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
And that's why they do it. That's why they set up these idols of ours
Sexy Red,
to look up to and to listen to.
City Girls,
Behave like.
City Girls, Sexy Red, all these rappers that were singing about taking lean.
Yeah, a lot of guys get fucked.
Yeah, how many guys dropped there over that?
Mm.
That's fucked up.
Stupid, man.
Codeine.
There's one more verse here, verse 9. So they set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walking through the earth.
Yeah, they have the ability to influence and speak into the earth, man, and socially engineer. And they are the social engineers. They're the reason why the societies are degrading.
Yep.
Because they control the media. That's why Netflix and all these, man, you can't watch nothing without beer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's the JOs that control the narrative of what we get fed. You know?
But hold on. And they're doing it the same. And the thing is, they're using black people to what's it called? To justify it. Because realistically, it's true. Say like in the UK, right? We make up less than 3% of the UK population. So if we were to be correctly like represented on the TV, that means 3 out of every 100 people you see in a British program generally should be black. But if you notice, they put a lot of
area, I guess, isn't it?
yeah, depending on areas, but for the UK, because everyone's watching. So if it's national TV, it's supposed to be, they're saying it's representative. Yeah, you want representation. But if you notice on the TV, they'll always have a white and a black. So really, Jake is overrepresented on the TV. But you see, they do that so that they can push the gays in there. Because how the percentage of actual LGBT in the country is like less than 2% or something.
Yeah, it's like, I was gonna say because I remember being with my brother from up north, and he was down there one time, and he saw two moles, you know, lips, and I was oh shit, he was like, yo, you don't see that up there.
No, it's not as prevalent as what the TV will show you. But the thing is, they're using the TV to normalize it.
Yeah,
that's why every show now has to have a lesbian couple and so what it makes it look to you watching TV is that wow, so then it's acceptable. And it normalizes it and it spreads it. So the new generation, they're sodomites. It's social engineering. And Netflix is terrible for that. Almost starting from about 5 years ago, almost everything they make had to have and the character. It didn't even make sense that the character was like that. They just shoehorning it in. Make sure there's at least 10 of them in there. Remember that program Senses? What was it?
Yeah, I didn't watch it based on what I told you.
Bro, that thing had a gay, a lesbian, and a transgender, and there was only meant to be 8 main characters. They made sure they just piled the whole LGBT representation in there. I was like, yo.
Yeah. And even in like foreign Netflix, like I always say, if you're watching
that's
it,
probably worse.
yeah, but no, but it's like because that's that wine, that wine of you can't.
Habakkuk 2:15. Woe to them, woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's what I wanted. Yeah, thing.
Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him and maketh him drunken also. So you're not even just giving you're putting the bottle to his
drink.
Down his fucking
That's what
throat.
it feels like, isn't it?
That's
When
what
you're
they
watching these things, you feel like you're being forced to accept
Through the media, education system. So they're teaching your children now in sex education how to accept, because some kids might have a dad and a dad, so you have to accept. They have to teach them to accept. So it's the education system, it's the laws they're creating, and it's the media. And the media is raising these kids with these goofy, like the whole hip hop era created a whole bunch of gangster-minded niggas that didn't exist before. And that's what people don't realize. That how you see things now, you go back 60 years, there wasn't our culture. They didn't get that from their parents. That was passed on to them from Tupac.
Because the parents before were hardworking, trying to make it in the world, man.
They weren't on chop off head and
all this stupid degeneracy.
And all this degeneracy. But if they got these young niggas on the music industry to push it, and then that becomes acceptable.
And if you don't behave in this manner, there's something wrong with you, man.
Yeah,
they look at you like, what kind of nigga is this?
Something wrong with you.
Yeah.
So
and that's why you
know the backwards.
It's weird, man. It's weird that, and even now, like you see a lot of these movies they're making, like a lot of the heroes are really villains, man. They're just doing mad shit. Like,
It's all
chat,
fucked, it's all
and you're like, hold on, is this meant to be the protagonist? Like, what kind of values is this that you're instilling in the people? Social engineering.
Yeah.
So when you see the sexy reds and the Ice Spices, and they're blowing up, and then they're using Drake to promote them and all that stuff, it's all by design because they want more Ice Spices and they want more
Yeah.
sexy reds. Because there's artists out there that don't do that.
Yeah.
They're just making decent music, keep their clothes on. They could easily get a push, and they're talented.
Yeah.
And then obviously with the feminism, it gives them a protection to be as wild as they want to be. Because they created an environment where you can't even disagree with that.
Yeah,
You can't disagree because you're a bad person for disagreeing with what they're doing.
You know that's an Edward Bernays type thing to tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them taking your clothes off is empowering.
And they've done it in progression as well, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's gradually got worse.
To the
It
point
was
where-
always off.
Selling
Like,
pussy is empowering.
to the point where you can't go back now.
yeah.
It's totally
It's a
Sure.
contradiction.
Yeah. It's like some-
Don't sexualize me, but sex is
You
but
can see it
selling
coming from,
pussy.
like,
But she's
the
showing her
90s,
titties,
bro.
but she's saying no sexualizing.
Yeah.
Nipples is all showing.
You know,
You got that feminist group, was it Femin? And their whole protest thing is
Well,
going
Russia,
around.
Russia.
Yeah,
Give them
yeah,
a free show. That's how you know the J Double O is behind it. It's confusion, and it's counterproductive.
yeah.
The EastEnders, Coronation Street, all them soaps.
Hollyoaks is the worst.
Hollyoaks was cool before. Now they just got all
Oh.
kind of batty man.
Yeah.
That was the
running
first one.
throughout all-
Yeah.
throughout-
They're about it, man. Thing.
Bare batty
He used to have some
man.
good characters, but now it's just
Totally fucked now, bro. It's LGBT TV, bro.
Yeah, fire for that. Fire
Fire
TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't even watch the episode. Bro.
Yeah.
So Habakkuk
Yeah.
2:15. Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him
Oh,
drunken.
not
also.
only that, he wants to talk about the JOO. Well, guess what? The stereotypes that they pushed on our people are all extremely negative stereotypes. We're not intelligent.
Yeah.
All right, we're violent.
Yeah, savage.
We're ugly.
Yeah,
We're only the black man is only good for his sexual prowess, and same with the so-called black woman.
lazy.
The black woman is only a sexual object. Right? These are all things that have been pushed into the minds of our people. They believe that.
Yeah.
That is what has been put in their minds because for years, remember, there was a time when they said that Jake wouldn't be able to fly a plane. Jake can't be no doctor. Jake can't do things. There was never a time when that was said of them. They've always had Einstein. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Einstein, these
Yeah,
people are
Einstein.
intelligent. They're really smart. We never had that kind of promotion. The only thing they gave us was that we're good at athletics. And guess what? There was a time when they didn't even give us that because they never wanted the so-called black man to be the world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
he wasn't playing
They
basketball.
banned dunking and that.
Basketball was a white man's game. They wanted Jake to
Yeah.
play in the basketball.
They said we never had no history. No one in history of any worth was from our people.
They're just afraid.
So that's all part of the bottle.
Yeah.
That putting it into our people that we're nothing. So then when you tell us we're nothing, you create something, which is these rappers and all these idiots, and then you get us to look up to them. But it's like, bro, why are we not looking up to Abraham? Why are we not looking up to Solomon?
Yeah.
We got a lot more better people to look up to and aspire. But sorry, Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, it was shy.
We got a lot to look up to, but Esau made it where we ain't really got nothing to look up to
Well-
except the puppets that they set up because of him.
Well, instead of Yahweh Shai, they got white Jesus.
Exactly.
And that could
Whitewash
totally
that.
destroy their minds, man.
Yeah.
It totally destroys their minds.
Yeah.
You know, because now they're idolizing Esau, who put them in slavery,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
who's telling them that they ain't shit.
That's why Jacob got these goofy things about you got your black card. And a lot of it is foolishness. Oh, black people don't swim. But I'm from bro, what are you talking about? I'm from the islands, bro. There's man called Waterlog.
By water. Water everywhere, man.
There's man that's been known to hide from the police for days out there on the road. What are you talking about, man? That's not a
Yeah.
thing that you need to hold yourself back from. Oh, we just can't swim.
Some Jedi mind tricks.
Oh,
man.
you playing golf? Niggas don't play golf. You white. All that stuff was set up to basically keep Jake in a box.
Yeah.
But the realistic thing is, we're the
We can
one
do-
people that don't belong in the box.
Mhm.
We could do everything.
Yeah.
Hey, there's brothers that like rock music. I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't saying no names. But there's brothers that like rock music. Why you gotta only Why you only gotta be into hip hop?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
if you're into classical music, oh, you're not black. Because
Yeah.
because we've been
Oh,
stereotyped.
Black
Oh,
people
so
create
that-
classical
Yeah.
music though.
That's it.
We was
Okay.
king.
because one of the things that they used to do at 7-Elevens outside in the States is they will riff rap outside they will basically play the classical music, but basically showing you it's at a higher level. So that idea that Jake ain't into it and stuff like that is that's once again
bullshit,
that
man.
engineering.
Oh, jazz.
You even got guys out
Well,
here.
we're pioneers in every genre. Like,
Yeah, yeah. But there's this idea that
That would-
to be black is the black culture is just
So
in
one
a box.
thing, yeah.
Oh, you like reading books? You know? Oh, this guy's into science. Like, that's not black. Like, what's going on, bro?
That's not culture.
Solomon was like the wisest in the East.
Yeah.
Like, but it's because the TV and everything
yep.
doesn't paint us that these we can
Those are
access.
not the height that we
Yeah,
can reach.
you could just be a basketballer.
Yeah.
Be like Mike. Yeah, but why would you want every Negro to be like Mike when there's only 100 basketballers? Not 100, but you know what I mean? Like,
But this is the thing, even doing something like playing a basketball, there's certain players, not all players,
The
isn't it? But
IQ,
the
yeah,
IQ they'll need to be on a higher level to be able to do what they do.
Yeah.
No,
But-
you can't just go and do
but
that.
what I'm saying is,
But
you're
you're
right.
not respected for that part of the
But-
game. It's just the physicality of the
But
game
what I'm
they
saying
respect.
is when you put your
Trying to
mindset
limit us,
into like you're only good for
Yeah.
sweating,
That's it.
then it puts you in that thing like where it's like okay, and then you're all these Negroes are just trying to be athletes, but how many positions are there in
Yeah.
athletes? So it does a disservice to us because where that dude could actually be doing something else like
more productive.
more productive that he can actually feed his family for more
They're staying on the
lively.
streets trying to sling drugs and shit. Because
Where-
that's what the second thing to do.
Exactly. So it's either you're gonna be they push Jake like it's either you're gonna sell drugs, that's a black thing to do, or you become a basketball or NFL. And all those things have very small margins. There's not room for everyone. But if everyone picked other avenues, some man become pharmacist, some man become lawyer, bro, then everyone's got something to do and can make good money.
Yeah.
But when you marginalize yourself and everyone's trying to be a basketballer, you know how many so-called black men waste their life trying to be in the NBA? They never make it. For every guy that's in the NBA, there's like a million other Negroes that wasted their time when they could have just done something more productive. All because man told them to be a black man, you gotta sweat and become
This is
a
all you
baller.
can do.
This is all you are.
When you look at the heathen, right, their parents are telling them you're gonna be a pharmacist, you're gonna be a doctor,
Yeah.
you're gonna do this,
Yeah,
you're
they
gonna
take
do
care
that.
Yeah.
You know, and
Oh, the
it-
Nigerians.
yeah, oh, yeah.
The Nigerians are more balanced because you got Niger man that does
Yeah, they do a bit of
sports,
both, yeah.
but then there's a lot of Niger
A lot
man
of,
that
education.
doctors, IT, because their parents are telling them, listen, man,
Instill it in them.
yeah, they
Young,
instill it in them, like, bro, like
from
you're
day
more,
Yeah.
you're not. But guess what? It's because they're not in America and in Britain and that where
the West.
the media
That's the
can just
focus.
destroy them.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta wear your do-rag. You gotta wear your pants up sagging off. You don't gotta you gotta act like a criminal because that's what it means to be
Be a-
black.
be a nigga,
It's like, bro, your granddad didn't act like a criminal. Your granddad didn't need to act like a
Yeah.
thug. Where'd you get that from?
It's the same with these women who think they got to act in a certain particular way.
Yeah.
But
Don't have
their
to
grandmothers
cook and
never
clean.
acted that
Yeah.
way. And their relationship was fine.
So what? They weren't black.
You don't have to cook and clean no more.
Being strong and independent is about running your mouth. No, it ain't.
And every girl, every idol they mention every time is either Cardi B, the red,
Oh,
sexy red.
They made what's her name? The woman of the year.
Oh, the track,
Jenna.
the
Oh,
Je-
the
no,
Caitlyn Jenner.
no,
Oh,
the other one. The
Megan-
horse one, Megan
Megan
Thee
Thee
Stallion.
Yeah. Oh, she
Horse
just got
one.
awarded. She just got an award for fucking abortion.
How are you making Megan? Oh, so you telling me of all the so-called black women in America?
She's the pinnacle.
I'm sure there's some doctors and some
Yeah.
professors. Megan Thee
Whoa.
Stallion is the
The
flipping
vice president.
yeah, at least. Mike,
Marla Harris.
But I think Jenner got one of the awards before it when
Yeah.
he transitioned.
Them- and
he got an award for the
that's
best
the
woman.
JOO's doing, man. Anyway, go on, let's get
real
we
quick,
finish on. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this. I'm saying,
Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. The rich ruleth over the poor, and
Thing. So they keep talking about after slavery. What about sharecropping? Sharecropping, it's all the same game. You break it down. Flat, and then you come in and take. So sharecropping was all about, well, you're gonna come give you the tools and everything you need, but it's all gonna be lent.
it's like casinos, man. They let you win.
the
You know,
household is-
but they win. They only win it. They take you
Well,
back.
Yeah.
like you said, even the drug game is like that. Most niggas that's in the drug game, right? I'm not a drug dealer, but the way it works is
Yeah.
you tick. You
Yeah,
come
yeah.
in the game on tick.
Yeah.
They're attacking our people in so many different ways. It's like you're in there with Lomachenko and who is the
Five of
pressure?
them.
Sean Porter just getting hit with volume. One level, we're being attacked on every level. Witchcraft, everything.
You know?
Listen, we go for Psalms 50 and the 20.
And it's true because a lot of them industrial plants, when you're driving on the highway, you see a lot of them industrial plants. They're near the ghettos, man.
Yeah.
Of course.
And
They
big
don't
ass
put in
chimneys
there
and all that.
the JOO areas,
Yeah,
and they
see
don't
them
send
in the
them to
suburbs.
Israel either. They go to Brazil and where Jake is the third world
Yeah.
and set up there and poison the hell out of the
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
man.
Or what they do, like in your case, in your area, is that that place is industrial, and then they'll start building houses there, and they'll try and funnel people there.
At extortionate prices.
Yeah.
But all that building they're doing in London right now,
Yeah.
bro, them houses are not quality.
Yeah.
They're not. They look all right from the outside, but you know, say my uncle is one of them old school Mansrat man. That man can build, blood, you know. And he said he went in to do some work, and then when they got down Riverside, he said, brother, these things are like you
Solid,
knock a
hollow.
wall and they're hollow.
Yeah,
They're
punch
proper
through a wall
low
like
quality. It ain't gonna take long for them things to start falling apart. But guess what? You know, you want to buy one of them things, 500K.
Yeah.
You see the ones that bring it building at
Big ones.
by West Ham. That one, boy. Them,
Trafford as well.
and bro, them things are going minimum 500K
Yeah.
for flats.
Yeah.
Damn.
They
No
got even
garden.
renting, they're
Yeah.
charging like £2 for a 1-bedroom flat.
No,
Yeah,
bro.
it's over that. Yeah, my cousin lives in one of those shits, so I was using the sauna.
Yeah.
What money do
Pays
you got to
like
be on to
£3
afford
a
that,
month.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comfortably.
You gotta be earning over 60K a month to be basically afford that. And the majority of people that live in those buildings, when I go there, I can't even go there anymore because security said that I
Which is the crazy thing, because the jobs that exist at that
Chinese.
level don't exist.
Yeah.
There's not enough jobs like that for people to live in these places. That's why
Yeah.
most of them are empty, or they're being
Yeah.
brought from abroad, like foreigners and shit.
You know what I'm saying? The majority of people that live in are Chinese.
Yeah.
You know how the Chinese do.
Yeah. Average
The
wage
money
in this
don't
country is
matter.
30K, blood. It's
Yeah,
fucked.
just- It's not for the people here, man.
No, man.
Asylum
Yeah.
seekers.
Yeah.
This place is
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
oppressive, man. It's oppressive, and that's why we needed Yahweh Shami Awashai, because we're under attack every day. We're literally under spiritual and physical attack every day from these people, man.
Yeah.
You through the TV, through your phone,
And the minute you wake
everything.
up,
From the minute you're just you're under attack, even in your sleep.
yeah.
These people are
Demons
onto you,
onto
man.
you. When you
They
wake up, you get-
really destroyed our people, man. That's why you see that when you look at World Star Hip Hop, that is a product of a people that's been under
Destroyed.
attack and absolutely destroyed. And that's why it's worse in the ghettos of America than anywhere, because they targeted Judah the worst. So even us, we know there's some crazy ratchet behavior that happens in London. But bro, some of that stuff, I've seen videos where I see two American women talking, a mother and a daughter, and I can't even believe just what they're saying to each other, bro. It's just mad. You're like, hold on, where are these people? What is it? What's up? Where they head at? Yeah, that's because the Jake in the ghetto have been destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying?
Even guys like Jim Jones ain't safe anymore.
It's like, can I get
And I
this
fight for
preset?
his life in the airport.
We need salvation, man.
Can I get this preset
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick? Can I give it back to the brother here? It's Isaiah 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore.
That's it. Our people are, you know, and they've been praying on us for the longest while. Meanwhile, they'll stand there, like it said in Habakkuk 2, and act like they ain't got nothing to do with it. Oh, these niggas are just like this by themselves. Not,
Anything like this.
not saying there's no accountability on our end, but it ain't just like Jake
He's
just
pushing
been like this.
Naturally, just
No,
go like
they're
this.
getting that push. They're getting that help.
Influence.
You know. In fact, did we finish Habakkuk 2?
I had
Oh,
two.
Yeah. Make sure
I've
we
got a quick
finish
example
that.
here is regarding the pollution. It says Tyson Foods dumps 87 billion gallons of toxic waste, including cyanide, blood, and feces in U.S. rivers and lakes, enough to fill 32,000 Olympic-sized pools.
132,000.
132,000 Olympic-sized pools, man. So all that waste, then you know it's near it's in the ghettos. rivers and lakes, man.
The same thing in the UK with these water companies.
Yeah,
They don't put in the
London rivers and all that.
the sewage out of
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
man. They just dump
Fuck.
it into the sea and shit,
Yeah.
man.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So all that waste is there for who? To corrupt and destroy the Lord, the chosen people of the Lord, man.
And they're gonna turn around. Oh, we need more money to deal with that.
Yeah.
Like fucking criminals, man.
They shoot a secret.
Hey, that's why they're over there in China, right? Because my daughter remind me of it. When they made that film, Lightyear, they tried to get away with it. They tried to put a quick flash scene of LGBT activity in the movie. It weren't even no super bad, but it was there. Bro,
That's
China
enough.
banned it
That's
straight.
enough. That's enough.
Because those people that run China are masters at propaganda as well.
Mm.
And they know that's subversion. They know that no, we don't want none of that. We don't even want it for 2 seconds. But here it'll just run a whole, you know what I mean?
Because that'll be the start.
Because they know you're supposed to defend yourself. That's an attack. They know. Hold on, no.
We don't do them.
You want our kids to be watching this movie and then put that image in there? No.
Yeah.
Showing you they know it's important. But our people, man,
Yeah.
we just accept everything coming out.
Keep
Man.
the integrity of their people, man.
Yeah, they're protecting themselves.
These Westerners are so stupid. They say we don't have propaganda. That's how dumb.
That's how bad is the propaganda.
Yeah.
Bro, there's a lot of things they cut out of them films for
Yeah.
China.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we don't want that. Oh, man. TikTok is censored.
Yeah.
It's not because on that they were basically asking why do we do blood in films and like CGI and stuff like that when it's a lot easier to do like natural effects. And then basically Hollywood was like, look, man, we've got to edit too much shit around different countries.
That
we
they don't
just-
allow certain things.
Yeah, that it's just easier to put it all CGI so you can just
Take
change
parts out.
it and
Yeah.
be a lot easier.
Because that's why the people are different. That's why the Chinese children don't act like rabid animals and full of LGBT, but the children in the West are super disrespectful and demonic because they're being attacked by what they're watching. And the TikTok in China don't
Different.
have the same content as the TikTok in America.
Yeah.
The TikTok in China is educational because they don't want their youth just watching folly. They want them to learn mathematics and be, functional people. Whereas in America, it's like all madness. That's why these people are insane.
I can have. Go ahead.
But that's another reason that scripture says, deliver me from the hand of strange children, because we need to get back control of our own thing. You know what I'm saying? We don't have control, so we're subject to this environment that we're placed in.
Yeah.
And it's a very toxic environment for us and our children. But you see, if we was in our own kingdom, we would control our environment. We control, just like how China is controlling what's on their TV.
Yeah.
They're controlling the music. They don't want no sexy red. There's countries that you can't. Are you mad? Sexy red will get stoned. Hold on, bro. There will be men with pickaxes outside the record label. Like, who allowed this to be put?
India.
But you see, in the West, it's like controversial, but no one's getting fucked up. Even if you look at this pedo thing that's come out with P Diddy, it's normalized now. It's just a joke. It's a meme.
Yeah.
No one's really taking
That's
it
why
serious.
That's why they did it.
But exactly, they're just normalizing stuff. But in some other countries, man will go get that guy and make a public example of him. But in this society, you could do the most depraved shit, and it's just entertainment. It's just
Yeah.
Other countries, man, are coming to your yard, grabbing you up and making you a public example. We don't do this around here. We don't accept this. Egypt, no. None of that twerking thing. We don't want none of our daughters to do that. So we're not gonna have this person doing it. And no, it's not gonna go unpunished.
Even when you go like places like Dubai, women are supposed to be covered. They're not allowed to show no skin. If you see any skin,
They don't want
women
it.
probably get flogged or sent back to wherever.
But
One
here-
black woman tried to, do that. She got fucking.
Yeah, they're not accepting it because they're in their mindset. They're like, do I want my daughter to be like this? And they understand that someone doing that is influencing my children.
Even in the West Coast in Africa, I grew up there when I was young. They used to look at British women and American women like they were just fucking stupid. And then when the CV happened, and then you had loads of American Jakes moving to the West Coast of Africa, it just destroyed the culture. Now, like now Ghana is like the Dubai of Africa. Man, just go there in December for free costs and all types of.
And then the man's accept it because of the money.
Yeah, the
It
money.
shows you the money. They start accepting it.
It shows you that I think we're in America the worst.
Yeah,
fucked up in the head,
Americans
man.
went over there.
They're
They
most
go to the
toxic,
year when they
influence
return.
the whole
They went
world,
over there and it
influence
fucked
the
up the whole country, but now you
Stop
got
Because man accept any slackness. Yeah, man accept snitching. Well, even now that they're gonna start, but They accept any slackness whatsoever as acceptable. And man don't stand up and say, wait, hold on. Is this thing that this person is promoting, is this thing good or bad? And if it's bad, we need to put an end to it right now. We can't allow it to be proliferated. And that's what the law is all about. When you read in the law, the reason there's judgments in the law, if a guy is worshipping Baal, right? You can't have that guy just there worshipping Baal, because where there's one, there's going to be two, and then there's going to be four, then there's going to be, it spreads like a disease. So you need to,
Nip it in the bud.
yo, that guy was telling me about Baal. Which one?
Just don't
Head
like-
removed. We can't have that. But today's standards would be like, oh yeah, just let him carry on. It will fade. No, it won't.
He ain't hurting nobody.
No. He's gonna infect. Someone else is gonna follow him. Then another person. Before you know it, everyone's into idolatry.
Exactly.
You gotta cut things out from the root. You got to. It's like a disease.
Yeah,
If your
yeah,
body,
yeah.
if a foreign body comes into you, foreign item comes into your body, your immune system straight away don't wait for it to
No.
proliferate.
straight
It
away.
strikes it straight away, like, and that's how you fight off disease. You don't wait for it. Oh, nice, cool. See that influenza right there? Ah, it's cool. It's cool.
If you leave it to fester, it's harder to get rid of it.
It's gonna get stronger,
Get stronger.
and
man.
that's how subversion works. As soon as that's why China. Look, what's that? Cut that out straight.
Straight.
We ain't having that.
But then people say, "Oh, communists and they're too radical." We're like, no,
Yeah.
they just know how to rule
Yeah.
over their people in the righteous way,
That's what we said.
even though they're heathens.
Carl said that's part of like Western propaganda against why they're removing it. Oh, that look how much control they have over their people. This, and
But then at the same time, no anti-homo content.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
not allowed.
yeah,
they don't want that to grow. So then, you do want certain things to not grow. You do trying to put control. You're not just saying everyone do anyone. They're demons, man. Go on, man. Where we at? man? We gotta get out of here, man. This place is
That's what it
crazy,
is.
man.
I got something real quick. Isaiah 5,
Making songs talking about who run the world, girls, and all this foolishness.
yeah, all that madness.
All that is madness, man. I had to tell my
Influences,
daughter,
man.
like, listen, like, look, man, don't go into that mindset
Yeah.
because that's not the reality of the world. If you go out in the world with that mindset, you're gonna fail.
Because of the witchcraft that's on that song, as soon as she hears it,
Yeah,
that shit
because it
just
sounds
goes into
good,
her
innit?
subconscious, and all of a sudden she thinks
Yeah,
she's,
get proud.
you know what I'm saying?
But
She
it
just
doesn't.
loses
The
herself.
real world
That's
don't
what
work like that. You know, you don't run the world. It's a man's world, like, so you need to be careful out here. Don't
Then
start
they start
walking
getting-
around with your chest
I'm
out.
saying, trying to push
Yeah.
themselves on men and all that. And then you know what
It's
happens after that?
foolishness.
It's all fucked, man. But that's strong witchcraft.
All that,
man.
yeah, all that was just witchcraft, man.
Strong witchcraft.
Them music artists have got a lot to pay for, man.
Mm.
I'm telling you.
There's Isaiah 5:20. Woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe to them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight.
Like all this 20 verses 1, that's all social. When you see it's across the board and something is so prevalent, you know that it was set up and it's toxic. It's absolutely toxic. All this 20 verses 1 and all that stuff. It's degeneration. It's that
Yeah.
back chat London. That shit was
just
that
started
put
like
Jake in London back
Back,
58
yeah.
years, man. It was crazy. I'm like, these people shouldn't even be allowed to talk. Any normal society would be like, whoa, what's this? These men are chatting shit. Shut that down.
Mm.
We want wisdom to speak. We don't want you there's no society in history that put the fool to speak.
Mhm.
Because you put the fool to speak, you people learning foolishness. Like,
That's why it helps to own the industry, own the platforms. But guess who owns them? Right,
Mhm.
JOOs.
or they got
They
one of
allow
their
it to-
puppets
Yeah,
owning
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Because
And
you
they
got
allow
this
it to-
thing,
Yeah.
Baddie,
The
there's a
baddies
show
on
called
Baddies UK, the same bitch.
Oh, they got
No, that
they
same
got a
bitch
UK
that-
one?
I think she
You know the
tried
one I'm
to
talking
do-
about?
She tried to do it, but it flopped.
Yeah, there's in the have you seen the
Baddies
program?
UK. Yeah, I've seen the
I know
American
which one
version.
it
There's one in America called
America,
Baddie
yeah.
Zeus Network or
Yeah, they
something.
always do.
Bro, that's one of the most toxic. How could you be
Terrible.
bro? There's no way you should be allowed to make that program.
Mm.
What are you proliferating here?
Yeah.
All them women were destroyed, and you're
why
now
they-
making it look like there's a prize there.
That's why they women are the way they are now.
Yeah.
The Baddies UK,
Yeah.
hip hop, Love and Hip Hop,
Well,
all these
yeah.
stupid shows.
Bro,
Yeah.
in China, they won't allow something like that
Yeah.
to happen. What's going on?
And the
That's
black
degenerate,
woman,
Who made that? They're going to jail.
Yeah.
Shut this down immediately. Like, you can't put that on TV for people to watch.
You
that,
deserve to do that. You can't let that
Love and
shit,
Hip Hop, majority of them
Yeah,
shows,
love and hip hop.
it's all that black bitch Mona, whatever her name is, right?
Yeah.
It's a black bitch that produces that.
It's all
Yeah.
demonic, and it creates
Segregation.
degraded individuals. And that's where you get the nigger and the hoe.
all the
Mhm.
insurrection.
And even with like the hip hop culture as well, like it puts the impression in the young woman's head that she can be as much of a whore as she wants, but the most powerful men in society are still gonna be after her. Like you got like the 50 situation is BS, but you got like 50 Cent supposed mother of his children.
Yeah.
And then the woman look at that like, oh well, you know,
but it's not real results. It's not happening in real life.
It's never going to be a wife, bro. And they complain about how men are not dealing with us like that.
Yeah.
But look how you behaving. The man don't want that.
And they make niggas chase hoes.
yeah.
Because that's how you get in all these young niggas. As soon as they get money, they start trying to get with OnlyFans girls for real. Like you're like, what do you like them NBA stars wiping up? It's like, bro, because you guys, you know why? All the old hoes, you grew up watching them, and now they actually, a lot of them are getting with the old hoes. The older man bust out, and now they're with them.
Yeah.
What?
But there's an NBA player that's like
You got Michael Jordan son.
Yeah.
What's
What are you doing?
That's disgusting, man. That's
Bro.
adultery right there.
These people are gone, man. They ain't going there.
I got something.
Yeah.
And let me just finish verse 21. Isaiah 5:21. Woe to them that are, verse 22. Woe to them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strong strength to mingle strong drink.
Most of the shit that's coming out on this podcast is utter garbage. Even in the manosphere, a lot of it is just utter foolishness and garbage. Like these podcasts need to be shut down. Now, any man just picking up a podcast and just regurgitating and pushing absolute bullshit. And they never really have people that's real people talking. It's always some random don that ain't done. All fakes. Fake businessman. I'm rich. No, you ain't really done that. You're making money off basically talking on. How are you really rich, but you got time to be on about 58 podcasts? Real businessman, it can't be on 58 podcasts. You got a business to run. No, your business is chatting shit on podcasts and making people think that you already know what you're doing. They just shut a lot of that podcast shit down because a lot of it is not wisdom. It's just bullshit. Like sprinkle, and all them people. That bitch is crazy. And then they start monetizing you.
That's right, 13:23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. If the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. They don't want to hear us and what's coming out of the scriptures. Because we're not nobody in this world.
But it is the Andrew Tate, and his goofy self, man. And now they're trying to bring that shit back because he's got a court case in the UK. And it's funny, all that is happening at the same time with the Kendrick and the just mad distraction, man.
That's what it is. Even that Kendrick and Drake thing was a whole distraction.
All foolishness, man. Before you get with a woman, you got to deal with 50 women. Nigga, you gonna get herpes, man. What kind of bullshit is that, man? What do you mean you need to be with 50 women? You're gonna have herpes, man. How are you gonna deal with 50 women, bro? That you need to be with 50 women to know women. But these same niggas are still getting, man, get the hell out of here.
And then the founder of that whole red pill thing is an Edomite. So Rolly, Tomasi, whatever the fucking name is. And he said men should get a vasectomy.
These are crazy, man. Oh. That's why you got to stick to the prophets, man. But a lot of that stuff, them influencers, the influencers is the new celebrity, and a lot of them are controlled. They're part of agent. They're agents, man, and they're there to push certain agendas and push certain chaos and confusion out there. And that's why you see them pushing certain points, man. It's all confusion.
That's why Pearl can be everything that she says is a bad woman and be the head of the project.
She was there the other night, and then even last night they had Ryan Garcia on this. You already know it's just folly.
This one.
It's all folly.
So Sirach 19:22.
But she was there, Salaki. She was there on the show Pearl, and then a fight broke out with two black women. You know what I'm saying?
She must have got bad views off that.
So it's all just about destruction, man. Destroying of our people.
Yeah, but one thing you'll never see them go to a so-called black couple that have got their life together and are functional and just talk to them about their life. No, it's just crazy Instagram hoes. So, brother, like, this is what we're learning from. When are you gonna get why are you gonna get some functional people to talk, people that know something? Even in this back chat thing, there's actual men in the UK that were there when they were when you go back into the UK, they had the special schools. What were they called again?
Oh, unit. Is it unit?
I forgot what it's called. It's special. But basically, what they were doing in the UK, they brought these IQ tests over from America because it started in America. And the way the IQ test was designed, it was basically designed for black boys and black girls to fail. So, for instance, like, it's funny, in the UK, they say tap. But in the West Indies, we say pipe. Yeah, turn on a
Yeah,
pipe. Then. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
man would say pipe. So in the IQ exam, it will be like, what is a tap or whatever, like that, right? Obviously, the kid's not going to answer the question because he's not recognizing a tap.
Yeah.
And that's what the same thing they did in America because black people in America speak different or have different experiences
Analogies and
than
things.
yeah.
Mhm.
So when they answer to go to test now, the test will show that they're what was the word? Do you remember the word they used? It was
Invalids.
no, not invalid. Well, it was specially designed something special, special something, but not special needs. But anyway, the whole point of it was you had intelligent boys and girls who are now being deemed to be below level of intelligence.
Yeah.
Right, because of this IQ test, and then now they would come to the parents and say we're going to put them in a special school because of this. But at the time, West Indians are again. When someone tells you it's a special school, yeah, you're thinking, oh, it's a special school. What they didn't know was you're getting put in with actual autistic and retarded children. So imagine you're a normal youth. They've just put you in a school with because you failed this IQ test, right?
Yeah.
And one of the reasons they were doing that is because another thing that anyway, I'll get to that. So what there was bad black Jake, a whole generation of Jake that was in these schools and their whole life's fucked because you can't learn if you're a bunch and all that. And another thing they were doing, they realized that all the black children were in the same area and being put into the same schools. They said, no, we can't have that. So they broke them up and put them in different schools. So you're no longer the majority in your school. You go to a school where you're the minority. And that was a big way they destroyed them. Now, how did they combat that? At the time, Jake had families, patriarchy. So it was one of the, I think it was a black woman. She was working in one of these schools, and saw the kid. She's like, hold on, there's nothing wrong with this child. What's going on here? So then she started linking up with other like so-called black men and that, and they realized what was going on. They started building a case to end the school. Then they started taking the children out of school, and they set up schools. They set up their own schools where they were teaching these children during the week and on the weekend. There's a whole documentary about it, and they actually stopped that from happening. Now they do it a different way with the whole, what's it called? The units that they do. You know when kids are bad in school, and then they send them to them the units.
Yeah.
But before it was these places. But the reason we combated it because we had the patriarchy, we had family, and we came together and fought it together, and that's how it disbanded. It's a huge scandal. BBC did a documentary on it. Yeah. So these devils, man, they've been doing madness like that to our people, man.
Still.
Shooting secret.
Let's see if I can find the name of it.
Says it, then shooting secret at the perfect. Man. We're always trying to find some way or somehow to destabilize our people, man. Because they just don't want us to rise up. You know, even like economically wise, business wise, all of that stuff. Because they know once Jake get a little bit of power, you know, Jake can grow from that. And take them over, man. We're gonna take them over anyway.
Subnormal.
Subnormal.
Yeah, there's a documentary. It's called Educationally Subnormal. That was the term that they put on them. They're educationally subnormal.
Under normal.
And it was in the 1970s, man. If you want get a chance to watch it, huh?
That's just the other day. Esau makes but Esau makes it seem like this was hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Now this is recent history.
Yeah.
You know?
That was during the time of the civil movements.
Yep. And it was specifically targeted as Jake. And the key thing to note is the IQ test they were using came from America. So they were doing the same thing over there.
Even that's like similar to like how you can get a university degree in a so-called third world country. To come over to the UK, you're gonna end up being a cleaner, bro. So they're gonna look at you like you have to. Yeah, they don't recognize it.
So you're on over. Sometimes they say you're overqualified.
Yeah. Bro,
man.
Man, like even if you want to get naturalized from a so-called third world country, if you ain't got a university degree according to Esau standards, you have to pay for an exam to prove you can speak the English language, despite sitting exams in the English language on stats that the average English person doesn't even know.
Because the thing is, it's like I can't know.
And the worst thing is, them man came out of them school. This one guy said that school was hell. Says no, I spent 10 years there. When I left at 16, I couldn't even get a job because I couldn't spell or fill out a job application. But they sent him to the special school because he was in there with the. And if you tell a child they're like that, they'll be like that too. Psychological. So it's just, man, you saw.
We got a lot to pay for, man.
Bro, they got so much to pay for, man. It's unbelievable. So when you hear man saying, "Oh, comparing us to them JOOs," they never went through none of that.
Never.
They never went through none of that. But you see, like I said, because we were in a stronger position as a family of people, we were able to fight that. Nowadays,
Yeah,
we
do
can't
that.
fight nothing because we're so disjointed and messed up.
We'll fight against each other.
Yeah, we can't organize it. They actually organize teaching their own children across the country.
But what even
They wrote
shows
a book.
No, go ahead, go.
The guy basically made a newspaper and they distributed it themselves to everyone to educate all the black families in that time about what was happening. We were more together as a people. Now they've destroyed us. We're just chinging each other down, hating each other. There ain't no real community like that. It's all gone.
Another example of that is this whole alphabet thing. When they started teaching it in schools with the children and all that, no one they tried to come together, but it didn't work.
It didn't work.
There's too many fucking tit for tat and all that. Too much tension in these different families, so it just didn't work. And now everyone's just accepting of all this teaching all these mad, curriculums in these schools, man, which is straight out wicked.
The other day I went to the school because my school I was in, they let you review the sex education at a certain age to see whether you want to do it or to consult on it, right? And when I went in there was 4 other parents there that turned up. And this was meant to be the whole thing. 4 parents turned up to review it. And it was basically 3 Elam women, 1 Eastern European, a white woman, and me. Right? And even huh? I was the only male, obviously I had to turn up, but yeah, all the other moms in it. Yeah. And I'm sitting there, and then even the woman saying, "Listen," and I was hoping because we consult with the parents because we want. And he was like, I was hoping we'd get a bigger turnout. Yeah, because men's are going to work, they're doing things, they ain't got time. Listen, just take the children.
Yeah.
That's the society we live in now. Listen, take that child, because I got to go do what I'm doing and you raise the child.
Yeah. If I can add, that's how a lot of Jake areas in general end up in bad situations because they'll end up, so basically when the council wants to put something in, they'll hold a drop-in.
Yeah, consultant.
Consultants, but no one comes. So then the laws that they want to roll for that particular area. So for instance, you go to a Jake neighborhood, the parking times will be mad, right? It'll be like all day long you can't park there.
Go to Stamford Hill.
But go to a rich Edomite neighborhood, the parking times will be something that's inconvenient so that people don't leave their cars there because those Edomites are like, wait there, what if I've got friends around? This is inconvenient to you, but they will turn up. But like you're saying, Jake's too busy to work or whatever it is that they're able to just pass these rules because if you don't turn up and challenge it, it goes
unprotected. Yeah. You're unprotected. That's why this can say we got to be delivered, man, from the hand of strange children. Our people are broken down and destroyed, man. We ain't got no defense out here. But when Esau's ready, Jake will get together on some BLM bullshit that doesn't achieve anything. But outside of that, what's Jake actually doing? Nothing.
That's only for a short little spurt.
Jake should be against all this bullshit, man. Because what Jake wants their daughter to be like Sexy Red. All of Jake that's got children should be like, yo, we need to get this woman cancelled. And the record label that's dealing with that's pushing that, we ain't buying no more records from that record label. Yeah. We ain't even gonna talk about them no more. We're cancelling off that. Nope.
The women are too busy.
They'll just retweet it to their friends. Oh, this is shocking. Look, and then they're actually adding to it because they're giving it more attention.
The women are too busy twerking to complain.
Bullshit.
Scriptures. So go Psalms 50 and 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's sons. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
Yeah, so Esau's conspired against Jake.
Yeah,
from the beginning, from the inception, man.
Saying that we're dumb, we're unintelligent, we're irredeemable, we're a lower variant of human. Yeah, we're not of worth.
Well, they treated us like less than an animal, man. They called chattel slavery.
Oh, was it 3/5 of a man? And all that shit?
Yeah, like they ain't got nothing good to say about our people. They never had. They always put our people down. Always, even to this very day.
Even to now, yeah.
Even to now, like they lying and slandering us. We're not the Israelites.
Yeah.
We're nobody in history. That's a slander. That's why Vocab Malone. Oh, you guys are. I lean more when he said the thing about the JOOs. I said, are they the Israelites? I lean more towards them. Yeah, because you're a white supremacist.
That was a yes or no.
You know that the Israelites are a great people and of importance. So in your mindset,
Can't be
I
them,
can't
can't.
accept that.
Refuses.
I can't accept that. It's white supremacy.
Yeah.
So no matter what evidence we put to him, nah,
Right.
he can't be them.
Can't be, yeah.
He can't be. Not these niggas.
He's
These niggas
fucking
supposed to be
animal.
below me.
These animals.
Yeah.
These rats.
And Jake still be going through that at the job, man.
Yeah.
You know. Esau don't like it when you you have an idea better than it. Esau will ruin his own company.
He doesn't like Jake. He don't like Jake innovators, man.
They siphon ideas, man.
Yeah,
They siphon it. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, put
A
it
yellow
in
back,
black, put like a
yeah.
yeah. Make it seem like it's it was there already.
What's
That's why they hate me at the job, 'cause I've been there so long. innit?
Doing all the work.
Esau's the ultimate fighter,
And
man.
that's why if they got Ben in that, listen, don't tell them nothing.
Yeah,
Or if you're gonna explain the idea, make sure you put that in an email, man.
Yeah,
With
copy-
date stamp.
Copyright that
Oh,
shit.
copyright,
Send it back to yourself.
Official document.
Yes.
Legal. Okay, email is a legal document. You know that?
Yeah.
A company email is a legal document. It's admissible. You can admit it because it's
Esau use
something
that shit
about it,
against
right?
you, man.
right.
Tell something verbally to Esau. Esau use that shit against you. Esau's sick like that, man.
I know it's for but the elder from GMS Hawaii got us.
Hey, shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Says, according to the National Education Association, special education is disproportionate due to implicit bias. For example, Asian students with disabilities are more likely to be identified with autism or hearing impairment than all students with disabilities, while Black or African American students with disabilities are more likely to be identified with intellectual disability or emotional disturbance.
It's all working against us.
Traumatized people anyway.
It's all working against us, man. And this idea, this IQ thing it's eugenics and it's going for a while. And it still lives on to this day that Jake is just low IQ.
Yeah.
And white man is he's just got a higher. They say the so-called Jew has the highest IQ.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Always, yeah.
That's what they
Because
say.
of
That's why it's Einstein.
It's Einstein and all this.
Well,
What about Tesla?
He was MC
Bro,
squared.
You guys have got so much
That's a
IQ
breaker.
that you're gonna destroy your own kingdom and go into slavery, man. No, we got the best. We're the most intelligent people when we put our minds to it.
Yeah.
You know, we have the highest what's it called,
IQ.
potential.
Yeah.
We're the people of the highest ceiling. Our ceiling is higher than anyone else's
Yeah.
ceiling.
What proves that? All the black inventions, man. All the inventions in the last century, 100 years, was all created by Jakes, man.
Yeah.
Well, we don't get the credit. We receive no as it says in
Oh,
Wisdom of
yeah,
Solomon.
no, I know.
Yeah, I've got
Fifth
that. Yeah,
chapter. Okay.
Bro, it's finished.
They said we were lazy. There's another thing. So-called black people are lazy.
Come on, man.
That's
We created
bullshit, man.
everything.
Ain't
We
nobody worked harder
We
than us.
built the White House, man.
Yeah.
The devils didn't build it.
Not the most lazy. How can we let in them? Then you're an idiot for putting us in slavery. Then why would you want to enslave a bunch of lazy people? That's not productive. Well, that don't make no sense if we're so lazy. Listen, nobody. Listen, let me tell you something about my dad's generation. This brother, same way. See, our generation, our dads are like 50 something now. Them dudes, yeah, I can't work like them. Them man work and them man bust sweat. You know what I'm saying? Them man are hard workers. I've seen it. My uncles are like that. My dad. The one thing that I knew and I learned from them man was hard work ethic. Especially the man that come straight from the islands.
Yeah.
Them man work like nobody business. You can't tell them man about lazy.
But
Them man work they're living on ice water.
But this is the thing. This is the example that all of us that live this today, you know, as their children have, because we all got come from the parents all come overseas, work for this country, and did all the hard work.
These
No one's
new
told them
age
to do.
niggas that's lazy.
Yeah, I ain't trying to work hard.
Yeah. But that generation before us, man, them man were putting in work, man.
Jake didn't come here to be lazy, man. They wanted to stay.
No.
You know, they make a good impression. That's what they wanted to keep them here.
But sweat, bro, trust me.
Esau knew he was hard workers. That's why he invited us over in the first place.
Working in the sun back over
Yeah.
there.
Why did they want to bring man from
yeah.
if it was lazy?
Like, yeah, come over, please.
Then who's got the low IQ
That
then?
man working from the sun up to sun down, you know, in the heat. Of course
And
they
we're
wanted to come
strong.
over.
And we're strong too. Stronger than Elam.
Yeah,
Elam always need help. And
Two-man job.
it's short. Yeah. It's true. No, but it's true. Which we work better when we put in work, man. You know.
And we're efficient. You can find ways.
Innovators.
They're saying to do it this way, but actually doing it that way.
Listen, just put some music on, man.
Even the Egyptians knew, man. They had us build those treasure cities, man.
Yeah.
Intelligent, bro.
Ancient Egypt. They're still trying to figure out
They
who,
don't.
who built the pyramids of Giza to this day. And we don't know who built them. You know exactly who built the pyramids. It's just straight the ones that you call niggas.
Hey,
Speak.
Solomon was wisest man in the East, man.
Yeah.
He had all that. The scripture tell you, Solomon, he knew about the nature of beasts and herbs and everything, man. Everything, man.
That's why he was the top. Like he got into that left hand side, and he was the high. Like, he was the top witch.
Yeah,
that's
he
what-
was the
hey,
top warlock of the whole earth.
That's why when you come into this truth, you start
to that
branching
left
out from where you was at. So
Mm.
now where you weren't into history now you're learning some history. You might not have been into the botany. Now you start learning botany. Things you were never into before, you start learning about because your mind is open. Hold on, I'm an Israelite. That means that the whole
The
world.
world's your oyster.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I marginalizing myself to just basketball and twerking? You know what I mean?
That's what the devil
It's a
said.
base thing. Base, you know?
And it gives you that spirit, Salat.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was
This is
gonna say,
the
give you that
power,
spirit, that I can do this. Because that was one of the things, Spirit has it where I'm into languages. I remember sitting in a room with my Amalekite boss, and he speaks like 5 languages. I was like, fuck this shit, man. I'm a Jake. I can do it too, man.
But that's the thing, you know with ourselves, Jake get lazy sometimes. We get lazy. But there's nothing I don't believe I can't do. It's just you. It's just you're just holding yourself back. That's what you're doing.
Yeah,
You're
that's
being
what it
lazy or whatever the case may be. But we could do anything.
Yeah.
You know, good.
Well, we're the sons of God. Why if everyone else could do it, why wouldn't we? Got the gifts.
And that's why we don't feel sorry for these Jake, man. I talk shit about, oh, I can't do this and my life's
Jake,
lazy because of my circumstances. No, you can do anything when you put your mind
Every
to it.
Jake's got gifts.
100%.
Definitely.
Every Jake has gifts, man.
Bro,
There's a
you
lot
gotta
of
put
times
effort
they
into
don't,
it,
they
man.
don't tap into it, man.
Even tap into it. That's it. Even going back to the beginning, man. If you're part of the first fruits, you know that you was there with Yahweh Shai in the beginning when all this was made. So you know how to create things, man.
We had a hand,
In you.
we had
Bro,
a
I
hands
know-
creating the universe.
I know
bro.
wicked ass Jakes, yeah, that used to steal pets, take them fully
yeah,
apart,
be
take
rich.
the whole. They never went to school for no reason. Them man would take the whole pet
Turn
apart
into a
and
super
put
chick
it back together again.
and
I
de-rig
said,
it as well.
bro, you're an engineer, blood. Man should be, you should be going to engineering school. But them niggas is in jail, you know.
Criminal, that's it. Fixing back to jail.
The things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine
And
eyes.
that's what's gonna happen. The Israelites are gonna be set in order, and it's beginning with this ministry. Before your eyes, we're transitioning from being lesser men into be the sons of God. We're on that path, and it's happening before your eyes. And when Yahweh Shai comes, it's gonna be completed. Going back to what we were speaking about at the beginning with the new covenant, it's gonna be completed, and you're gonna see us as sons of God, not what you're seeing right now. Niggas and hoes and that low level vibration, that's going to be removed. And we're going to go to the chief level, the royal people of the highest standard, the highest expectation, perfection, something even you couldn't achieve because you ain't never been perfect. You devils have never been perfect. You might have running around the earth like you're the elves out here. Like you're just this perfect people of enlightenment and you got all the knowledge and the highest IQ. We all know that's it's bullshit, man. You might like to grab each other's balls and do all kinds. If you ever observe Edomites, they're some of the most childish individuals. Like sometimes I'll be on a train, you know, the C2C, and I'll just be watching the way these grown-ass Edomites, these men are like 24, 25. Their jokes are all like goofy gay jokes, when grabbing men's balls and everything's just weird sexual energy, and you're just like, these men are childish. They'll be walking along, they'll see a wet sign cone. These men are grown men. Kick the cone or take the cone and do something childish like a 6-year-old would do. And you're like, God damn, blood. What's wrong with you, man? You don't see 24, 25-year-old Jake doing that. They'll just walk and do their thing. They might, bust it. But these guys are real childish. They don't know enlightened individuals. Oh, drawing penises. But they're sucking dick in them.
Always. From primary school all the way to even college, uni, they're always drawing penises on the walls, man.
Engraving it in the desert never go.
Fuck, even uni, even worse, man.
So Sirach 11 verse 21 says, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich.
And then, so that's why, Jake, don't worry about chasing the bag. Now, we ain't saying, don't try and sort your situation out, to pay your bills and all that stuff. What I'm saying is, man, don't be obsessed with the bag. The obsession with the bag in this society is destroying Jake. Be more obsessed with the spiritual things, and the bag will be provided.
I say because that's the congregation of sinners. These are the was it the wicked that do prosper in the world?
Get to the bag.
They're looking at these people and trying to emulate what they're doing, but that's the congregation of the wicked.
And they're even coming out and telling you, like, look at these niggas like Meek Mills,
So
gay ass niggas. Everyone
hopping.
knows these dudes be doing.
That is a shame.
Bro, they had the body hopping in the video. Like,
Yeah,
Man, I was just
everybody
sad.
knows, yeah, but
Mostly
man's everybody still wants to be a rapper. So what does that tell you?
Randy Orton to come
What does that tell you? That man don't care. They'll just say, yo, but he got to that bag
Yeah.
though.
Bro, they
He
had-
got to that
How
bag.
did he get to that?
That's how Jake just want to get to the bag, and they put bags in their mouth.
they had,
It's
they had,
crazy.
my man, John Cena at the BAFTAs come out fully
Yeah,
naked, bro, just with the
But all that's because look, Jake could go on social media and say and do the most, because you know he's gonna get views. They'll say and do any madness as long as they can get views out of it. Why? Why are they doing that? Because they're trying to get to the bag.
Yeah.
The love of money is the root. Yep.
1 Timothy 6:10, the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
But they're happy to compromise themselves, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're happy to show no integrity. You know, they have no honor. They're happy to have none of these characteristics that a man should have.
They'll have no substance. Just fake it. They just fake it till you make it.
Yep.
Scammers, man. No, I mean, like, no, be true. When you become an Israelite, be true. If you really know some shit, know some shit. If you're gonna be about the herbs, actually study the herbs. Don't fake it. Do you know what I mean? Study and learn things in the spirit, man, and be right with the Lord, man. Be faithful. Become a better individual, because that's what this thing is all about. Becoming better. Not faking it, but being better. And the money and all that thing, that will come anyway. In the kingdom, it's scripture
You gotta
says,
show patience.
don't get it.
It's Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
We're gonna get don't worry about being rich in this world.
Women
Because
and all of that.
it's
you
a
know what
trap
I'm saying?
anyway. You get up there and you get rich. But first of all, the tax is gonna make sure you don't get rich anyway. That's why them man are constantly chasing the next bag, because when you never get to the point where you're gonna be the way you really want to be.
Oh, 40
Because that 40-60% tax here is always gonna be cutting into you big time. You know what I'm saying?
Even this guy Mayweather, they're saying he's in trouble now in Dubai.
That was good.
There's some deals, some
These
bad
things are always in
deals.
trouble, man.
Smart
And,
investment.
you know, he had all these millions, but he's wasted it. Talk about
He's another one that was just promoting fall.
Yeah, but that's why I said blessed are they that read it, man. You rely on people to read it. You're gonna make bad news to you, bro.
His
that's
whole,
seeing-
his whole lifestyle was based around showing off to Jake.
Yeah, that's what it is.
His whole lifestyle was
Stunting on
based
these
around
people.
stunting on Jake.
Yeah.
Oh, look what I got. Look what I got. Oh, I'm money. And then he bought into it. And now look, he's
in trouble.
definitely gonna go broke.
Yeah, so like I was gonna say, because then Jake will try and do these schemes where they can save on their tax, not understanding that even that's a rigged game, right?
Yeah,
Because like
Oh, bro.
he will allow his fellows to get away with the whole
But
tax.
you ain't
and
gonna get
everything.
away. Yeah.
Jake ain't. Jake's
I say you might not get the riches now, but that's the idea. You're not meant to get it now.
Yeah,
But when we do get it, it could be better.
The riches you
It's gonna
want
be better than you even imagine.
is
Man.
the internal riches.
Mm.
That's the most important. And then in the kingdom, you ain't gonna. And you know what? You know it's beautiful you said that, because niggas get certain type of riches now, but they always fail. Why? It's because mainly
Inside,
because of the inside. They make wrong decisions and bad mistakes and destroy themselves.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
Mm.
Get
Temporary.
it's simple, man. Don't worry about being rich, but this world makes you feel like you're running out of time, and I want to live a lifestyle. And social media feeds into that, because niggas, especially women, but niggas do it too. You're looking at people. Oh,
Hard.
man, to sit there just, oh, look at where they went. Look at what they're doing. And then so you're just fiending. The Bible tells you about the covetousness of the eyes.
Yep,
The
yeah,
eye
yeah,
is evil.
yep.
If you just like watching niggas in mansions all day with 50 hoes, you desire it so much, man. Whereas if you just be like, oh, okay, move on to something else. Let me watch some deer in the field. You don't feel the need to like, you be more content. But when you put things in your face all the time,
Man, I'm bragging and boasting in front
yeah,
of you.
it
Man,
just
like,
makes you envious. You're obviously gonna just become an envious person.
take me fishing them butters.
Yeah,
man. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you ain't got 20.
Yeah.
20
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking
And women suffer from that the most. Women on social media, they sit there and watch other women like Kim Kardashian, and then They can't be happy unless they're jet setting somewhere or in some 6-star hotel. It's like, bro, you can be happy doing other things. You don't need to.
Putting them under the knife and like that kind of
You
stuff.
have to do a sex tape to
Bare surgeries. You know, some of them drop dead, trying to do these surgeries.
You gotta be careful on social media, man.
Yeah.
Don't let your social media becoming watching people's lifestyles. Let social media watch something that's teaching you something or learning something. Don't just watch someone because they're going on holiday or they're going to a restaurant that you can't afford. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of doing that? You're just torturing yourself. Be content, man.
This world is definitely not content.
The race is not for the swift. The scripture says, right? The reason we want to get as quick as possible. Look, Mitch, if you want to get to a certain place, man, just work it, man. But don't sell yourself. Don't sell yourself.
Watch the scriptures. That's what watch the videos and learn these scriptures, man, so that you can enter into that new covenant, man. Because that's where it's at. That's what the lifestyle you want to be in, the new covenant lifestyle. Righteousness, fresh and so clean. Good.
Proverbs
White robes.
Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways.
Yeah, man. Envious of these people and what they got, man. Nah, be content. And this is what we've been given right now. The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding which is in these scriptures, man. Value it and take hold of that.
And because of that, we're going to inherit the whole earth, man. Just from that, we're not going to inherit no building or no road, postcode, and nothing like these niggas out here. We're going to inherit the whole fucking earth, man.
With authority over it, man.
Yeah, sovereigns, man.
We're going to establish our own things, our own systems,
Yeah,
our own houses, our own things. You know, not having to borrow or use someone else's.
Or bow out for it.
Yeah, I got to buy a Ferrari. Like, I'm going to get my own
Or-
house built
or
or whatever.
destroy
you know,
your own people for it, man.
things built.
Or destroy your own people for it.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to one guy at work and he talking about these niggas really selling crack. Like, you know how fuck that is? You're literally watching someone, your own people, time to fucking kill themselves. So you could, and then I remember one time he was telling me about some next man. I ain't saying no names. They were there with the guy while he was ODing, and they was like, fuck, we can't help him because if we call the ambulance or whatever, we just sold him that shit. So they just have to watch man die. Bro, it's bro, the nitties, they're making money off these, and they're only upset when they die because some of them nitties is giving them like £400 a fucking like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when the nitty dies, oh shit, the nigga's dead. We need to find another nitty to get hooked on this shit. Bro, that drug game is just if you're destroying your own people for so-called riches, with none of them niggas is there to
Show
get
you that in that program, was it Snowfalls, man?
Yeah.
Funny as fuck, man.
And niggas love that shit.
Yeah,
they thought that guy was a hero.
Like,
So, bro, you realize that
money.
that show is based on showing you an individual
That
that's
was real life.
responsible
Real life.
for destroying LA in your community you live in.
I saw some shit.
Oh, what
some
happened
real
to
life
him?
Shit was demonic as
Yeah,
hell.
go on.
I don't know. I saw some real life shit like that in my area where I grew up, where like basically this black woman got her husband out the house because she owned the rights to the council place they were living in. She kicked him out, was struggling with bills, started ODing on crack because all the dealers in the area were selling that shit, and she was dead in her house for a day because she OD'd in it. Basically off the drugs that the local dealers in my area were selling her. The whole family pretty much came like I think the next day. I was in school them times as well. Couldn't even believe what was going on. They like literally called the paramedics down. The whole block was a crime scene for about a good week because they never figured out who sold her the shit. But
Yeah,
like
it's filthy
it goes to
work,
show you,
man.
blackness, being black doesn't.
Yeah, in the kingdom, you ain't gonna have to destroy your people to get paid. That's
Get
just,
one up on the
that's
wall, yeah.
foul, man.
Oh.
You got scam people, the scammer thing. Allow all
Wicked,
that.
Yeah. Free kids. I don't know what happened to them youths, bro. Never saw them again. Hell,
Yeah, go on, man.
It's a good Proverbs
probably in the
22 and the 12. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life.
That's right. Humility, man. The fear of the Lord. That's what's going to be established, man. That's what we're trying to bring back out here, man. And it is going to come. It's going to be established with the elect, and the rest of our people that's not in line with that, they're going to be destroyed. And it's simple as that. And then Esau and them, man, are going to be under subjection. Right? Yeah. Esau and these heathens, man, we're going to put them where they belong, man, in subjection.
Even going back to the movie Planet of the Jakes, or Planet of the Apes, the reason why Esau put that, thing of Jake losing in the end, because he basically wants to put a thing of imagination in man's head that Jake ain't never gonna win. Like we can win for a little while, but we ain't gonna win forever. Well, according to the scriptures, we gonna win forever, man. We gonna get the kingdom.
Anyway.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't apes anyway. And that's another bad stigma that they put on our people.
Yeah.
But they show you that, you know, in the scriptures it tells you, man, we're gonna inherit the kingdom forever, man.
That's right.
Forever and ever. We ain't never gonna come down from that throne, man.
Yeah.
Once the Lord's established us, you know. So these devils just got a vain imagination that they're gonna rule over our people forever, as it tells you in the book of Psalms. Because they're like, why are these people gonna have the kingdom forever and all that?
Yeah, who are
But,
we?
you know, who are we, man? Look at the
He
general.
doesn't, he doesn't
things that we've
respect who
done.
we are.
Yeah, he doesn't
That's the
respect-
thing. He don't respect
know?
who we are. He doesn't respect the prophecy or the promises that has been made with us. He doesn't respect none of that, man.
Because he's been on the top for so long.
Hmm.
You know, he doesn't see his way
He
down.
feels like he deserves. This is
Yeah.
mine. It's not. It's not yours.
Disgruntled.
It's great with employee.
That's it. But you're gonna lose it, man, because you've had your time, man.
He made redundant.
Scripture says in
Fire.
Ecclesiastes, time and chance happeneth
Double
to
and chance.
Ecclesiastes 7. Time and chance happeneth to all men. So you've had your time, man. The Lord gave you the power, and look what you did to it. You ran it into the ground. You abused the power. You destroyed the earth. You destroyed the mindset.
You're
of
showing
the
yourself
people.
you're not fit, man.
Yeah,
You're not
you're
fit,
not
man. You
profitable.
mismanaged the earth, man. So the Lord has to kick you off the high throne, man.
It's crazy. Even the parks are like you paying more and more council tax, and if you, I don't know if you brothers
No, it's
noticed
getting
yet,
worse. Yeah.
but none of the grass is getting cut. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I ain't
The
never seen
potholes
no
ain't
man-
getting fixed. All the
Lord,
taxes
no,
are
I ain't
paying.
never seen the Lord
We're
going
paying their debt because all these councils are bankrupt,
yeah,
man.
that's
They're
messed up.
fucked.
Bro,
You know?
where my grandmother lives, the backyard, the public area backyard is literally forest. And I've been lived in that, well, been around there for like since 1999. It's never been like that. The
Yeah.
grass never got that long. The grass is like this high with
Yeah,
little trees growing in it.
When you go to the suburbs, you saw shit.
Oh yeah, they got their shit tight.
That shit's done.
Yeah, if
Every
you go to
week.
Richmond Park, you ain't gonna see that. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
So Knightsbridge, with them places, Chelsea.
So man,
You saw me living, you know,
Yeah.
steep.
But we might even still navigating on the same pothole from fucking.
Yeah.
you got that?
We go Daniel 7 and 14. And there was given him dominion and the glory and the kingdom, that all people, nations, and language should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which
So this
shall
is talking about the same thing. This is the kingdom of heaven.
So-
This is the same, and it said the same thing. Israel shall be saved for everlasting salvation. All these things are talking about the same thing. And our dominion is gonna be forever, man.
Whatever, man.
It's not like the brother said, it's not gonna be like Planet of the Apes where the apes come up and then the apes go down and then the humans come up and then like a cycle. It's not no fucking cycle.
Fuck that.
It's the word of the Lord. Like when we come back up, and that's why these guys talking about Satan being loose. No. When we get back into power the next time, we're coming back in power to stay in power.
It's the
Forever.
old, that'll be the everlasting time.
Exactly.
This is going to be the era, the
Yeah.
age,
You ain't gonna see that.
continuous
ending.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah, never ending story.
Yeah, because we've got brought this low because of sin. We're not going to sin no more.
You're not gonna sin no more.
Sin is the underpinning problem.
Yeah.
Once that's been eradicated from us, man, nothing can stop it.
In essence, we're gonna
You know?
become the real white people.
Yeah,
Sure.
We're gonna be
righteous.
we're gonna be the white people.
Yeah, we're gonna be arrayed in white too.
You are gonna be rightfully identified as the black people.
Yeah,
Because really, you are the black people of the earth.
Mhm.
We're gonna be white. He said
then-
that.
and
He
then
said we're gonna be made white.
Made white, right?
Yeah.
And then all those negative
Arrayed
connotations
in
that
white.
associate with black will fully, really, truly apply to you.
Revelation
You know?
14, 15. says
We're just
that-
dirty right now.
Yeah.
We're just dirty.
Oh, we
We're
shall
unclean.
wash you.
That's right.
Make you clean.
We're gonna be made clean. Because what we really are is pure and righteous.
Mm.
That's what we're
Oh.
made to be. Right? But right now, just, we're going for basketball.
You sound bad, man.
We're known as the
Bad,
children
no.
of the light, man. So what,
No, that's
what
right.
light's representation of white,
Yep.
brightness, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We're gonna be like a million King Solomons, man,
Mm.
on the earth.
But you can't make an unclean thing clean. Esau
Mm-hmm.
is that unclean. He will never be the righteous. He will never be the pure. As much as he would like himself to be that, he will never be that.
Only in the moon.
That's it. That's CGI.
Says it's us right now. So Lamentations 4:1. How has the gold become dim? How has the most fine gold changed?
That's us. We become dim. Whereas we was glorious before, or should be, but we've sullied ourselves.
And gold is the funny thing is, yeah, gold is separated from other elements as precious. So it's like the witchcraft. You go into the philosopher's stone. The Philosopher's Stone is the ideology of establishing your own will. So using metaphysical witchcraft to convert
That's what
unbannable like lead to convert something like lead into gold.
that's
Really, you can't do that. You can't. You can only get gold that's been tainted, meaning it's not pure. So you can get gold that's got impurities in it. Then you put it in the furnace and you melt it down and you get rid of the slag.
Yeah.
That's what you get the term the slag. Yeah, that's why they call a woman who is of little value a slag. Yeah, and you get rid of that waste product and you end up with the pure refined gold in the furnace.
Yeah, the dross.
But you can't get lead and turn it into gold. It don't work like that.
Mm.
Esau is the lead.
Yeah.
These other nations
Lacks the
are the
properties.
lead.
It lacks the properties.
Yeah. You wear the gold in the earth if you want to put it that way. These other nations are like the dust.
Yeah.
You know
They're
what
like
I'm
the
saying?
pressure that's on the diamond. Pressure makes diamond.
And even if we've been made impure through sin, the Lord is still going to purify us.
Mm.
But you other nations, and especially Esau, you can't be purified because
Can't
you
change
ain't.
what you
You are here. You're not gold. You're not even silver. You're just lead.
are. Dross.
Yeah, poison dross. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're the dross.
You're the dross.
In fact, you come around us, you make us impure.
That's it.
Being mingled
what's
among the
happened.
heathen
That's
and
what's happened to us.
swallowed, made Jake impure.
Yeah.
And these heathens actually try and look down on us, man. And it's funny because it's
Oh, man.
Elam in the UK think they're superior to Jake.
Yeah.
And it's like, brother, I know your
What
country.
way?
Don't pretend.
Yeah.
You, man, are some of the most backwards, deviant people
Yeah.
ever. And dirty.
Yeah.
All them cooking programs, they ain't none of like that. Listen,
No
say
shit.
it for free. There ain't no one in Montserrat or anything you see on the video cooking with his foot all up in the damn. So that,
And the Dutch part.
yo, you man are known for being disgusting.
Yeah.
You're known for, and then they come to the UK, and because they're born here, they still have this. Oh, I'm better than black people. Is that brother? Listen,
Because 20 of them in a house that bought the house.
yeah, like, bro,
Yeah.
Well, it's like the Ganges River, man. They go be all swimming in it, but they throw dead bodies in there
Yeah,
and
man,
shit like that.
bro,
Shit's in there.
Elam.
Bro, that man worship cows, man.
No, I've lived in the house with them.
Bro, there was one video with a woman which is drinking this mad stuff. Yeah, have you seen it? She's
No.
drinking some next yellow milky stuff, just walking down the road, all dirty, just spitting on herself. And there's Elam on the street bowing in front of her, and she just, I don't listen. I'll find it. She's just walking and I'm just spitting it, and it's bit. You could tell she's been doing it for like, and she's all dirty, her hair's matted, and these Elamites are there. And then they come to the UK and want to act bad because you listen to Bashman. You know what I mean? And then they think they're better than you.
They got these vibes.
We're in
They
a,
got
Well, no,
fucking
it's good
vibes.
because they got things that we ain't got.
you
you
know, but
Oh, the crumbs. They got the crumbs.
I've
They got
lived-
crumbs,
I've
but
lived
they've
with them
been
fuckers.
established, you know,
They
before
have
us here,
bed
innit?
bugs in their yard. And I've lived with them fucking.
but listen, they stink. Listen,
they
man,
do,
I'll be
man.
honest with you. But
Smell like
anyway,
curry
Hair smelling
powder,
like
all
curry, blood.
Oh,
man.
would
I'm just saying that
Old Spice.
you
Yeah,
heathens,
yeah.
man, we became more like you. You didn't become like us. We're the top of the
Creme de la creme.
yeah.
So he said the Lord calls us the treasure, man. We are the peculiar treasure of the earth, man.
And you really want to be the worst thing. These heathens really want to beat us, but at the
That's
same
what
time
it
they look down on us.
Yeah.
When they go to the gym, they're looking at Jake, the
Yeah.
Elam man, and they even come, oh man, how can you man got all packs and all? Yeah, because you're weak. Like you ain't got genetic. It's genetic, bro. I don't care how many YouTube videos you watch.
The man have got no strength, no chin.
I ain't got no genetics. Yeah,
I mean, I can't.
Take PEDs to get
I ain't got no genetics, bro. It's all, your genetics are weak, man. We got the strongest genetics in the world.
Have you really seen them? Even might jump that dude down in my land.
Oh yeah.
That's
That was pathetic, man. God damn.
That no damage.
Yeah, these other nations, man. Go on,
I do, but go on. You're behind them.
that's crazy.
Jeremiah 2:21. Yet I had planted thee a noble vine, ori and the light seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of strange vine unto me?
Now that was back then when we were being degenerate. How much more say this level of degeneracy that
True.
we're under now? But we was the Lord when the Lord set us up. We was man the guys everyone's looking up to is the most civilized.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now we're the man's fighting in the pancakes
True.
in IHOP, yeah. But we're supposed
chicken fillet burgers.
yeah, the man didn't give me no sauce. Niggas getting shot. The man didn't give me no sauce or some shit. But we're generally supposed to be the most superior in all things. We're supposed to be the benchmark. We're supposed to be the people man's look to. Like, how do you do this? We need to, whatever them Israelites say, that's the way it's meant to be done. They doing it the right way. How you run your family, how you run your household, how you farm. You know what I'm saying? How you build.
Or just like Yahushua is the way, right? We're meant to be as one, right? We're meant to have that way. And so the nation is meant to look at us like this is the way to be, this is the way to live. Right? Because before the laws, statutes, and commands were only given to us to live by. But when we have control over the earth, that's something that is gonna be out there for everyone to have to follow. So everyone can live in that righteous way, man. So the earth can actually prosper, and do good, man, without all this wickedness going on. And obviously these heathens are not going to be perfect, so they're still going to go off here and there. But because we're going to be in control, we're going to exert our power over the earth, man. These pockets of wickedness are going to be very few. And dealt with very quickly.
Then we're going to exterminate
And
Esau.
Unlike Esau. Esau don't know how to do it.
Yes, it festered,
Bro.
Shit festers in this.
Everyone's crying out for justice, man. This whole Gaza thing,
Yeah,
the man are struggling just to identify their own law.
Yeah.
Man's like, yo, isn't that a war crime, bro? Isn't that a war crime, bro?
Yeah.
Well, that's why
They
it
have
needs to
the
be
right
exterminated.
to defend themselves.
That's why when the time comes, we're going to exterminate
Yeah.
Esau, and then the world's going to be at peace. man.
And it's gonna be better that way because you know that if someone, and that's the way you're supposed to be. You're supposed to live in a world that if someone transgress against you, you get judgment, you get justice, man. But in this world, there's nothing but corruption.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if a man's got enough money or he's got the right influence, you get away with anything, man.
That's it.
You're not supposed to do that.
Because you know what you're saying. This is from yesterday, Friday, 10th of May. It says US finds Israel's use of weapons in Gaza inconsistent with human rights laws, but will not cut off flows off.
Of course they won't. So Esau's already been bankrupted. It's already been shown that in terms of we're not saying he's even establishing righteousness because there ain't already such thing as no human rights violation. Like in the kingdom of heaven, there's only the law. There ain't gonna be no women's rights, children's rights, humans' rights, animal rights, and all that garbage. There's only gonna be inheritance, birthrights, and what's in the law. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like straight up. Like. But it's his righteousness he's meant to be establishing. But he ain't even doing it right. It's just like
Right.
he ain't judging even his own thing right.
Yeah.
He ain't even right, and he made it. It's just like you made it up, and you can't even do that.
Like with the Rwanda thing as well, like that they brought out where they're going to be deporting people that come seek asylum to Rwanda. One of the guys behind the policy got asked, "Are you going to deport the Ukrainians there as well?" Like, and then he started, well, and then went into that fucking political speech, is basically subverting because at the end of the day, man, they're demons.
But this is the thing, we know Esau's a hypocrite. He don't speak truth. He a damn serpent. Right? The truth is whatever he wants it to be at that moment in time.
Yep.
Right? This is why you can't trust him, because he will change things as he goes along.
Yeah.
Change like the moon. Right? So you can never take stock in what he says.
Speaks of
Right? You have to accept what he is,
speaks of a
which is the
false
devil. He's gonna lie.
But that leads to terror and anxiety and fear. But in our world, people will know if someone transgress, they come to us.
We're gonna be straight as an
We're
arrow.
gonna call it down the middle, man,
Call it exactly what it is and how it is, man.
which deters crime.
You're not gonna be taking no bribery, because there's a whole lot of bribery going on.
Money.
We don't take no bribes. We want
They're
to
gonna
give
be
straight to
no
us. We don't need it.
They're
We
gonna
don't
be
need it.
sellouts of our people and all that.
We don't need
They're
it.
gonna be able to, manipulate our people.
Hey, but that's why a judge ain't really supposed to be poor. The reason why, the reason why the police are so easily corrupted, they don't get paid no money.
Yep.
They don't get paid no money. So that the mob, when someone wants to corrupt a police officer, you can, because these men are struggling. If you're struggling as a police officer to live,
they always want more.
yeah, it's like, yo, listen, bro, hold this 100 grand. That 100 grand to them is like, oh, a whole life change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now you're corrupt.
But if you got money and a man come and try to offer you 100 grand, it's like, bro, like, what are you doing, man? I'm good.
Yeah, because that's why these British people think that the police here aren't corrupt. It's like you just can't afford the police here. That's it. Give you a couple million.
Or they say in this world, didn't it? Everyone has their price.
Exactly.
And
it's true to the most part.
They're on 30 grand a year.
Do long hours. They hurt, man. They last every day.
But that's why, like, you go Africa, I know, like Zim, a police officer's on like $80 USD a month.
What's that?
What's that? I mean, you go over there.
Well, a lot of times they make their money from foreigners having to pay them,
Exactly.
like Nigeria.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
them
no,
man,
it's corrupt,
they'll
man.
pull you over for the sake
Yeah,
of like, yeah,
You
give me
got to
some
pay
money
man
and
to
then
get. I'll let you
Yeah,
know.
you got corrupt.
They don't live by the law.
they're like broke as fuck.
From the
man.
politics to the police, all that's corrupt.
There's no law.
Proverbs
money.
29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Right. So ultimately, in the kingdom of heaven is gonna be good for everybody in that way. But that doesn't mean that these other nations. Well, when I say everybody, not including Esau, because he's not gonna get to that point. But that doesn't mean these other nations don't have to pay. They have to pay for what they've done. But
Yeah,
once
man.
they've paid and they've suffered the proper penalty in balance as what they've done, they're still
They can
gonna be
live, you know what I'm
in
saying?
subjection,
Yeah,
but
they
they're
can
not going to be getting punished because you can't punish someone forever. Like, you know what I mean? That's not balance.
live. The law's fair.
This
You know what I
is
mean?
reformation.
Yeah, it's reformation. It's like
Reformation period,
you have
know?
to pay for your sins.
Yeah, that's it.
But Esau, after he pays, he's then gonna go. And that's why Cain was crying, man.
Because Esau can't be reformed, man.
Nah. And he has to be made an example of, which, you know what, Esau, you should know about that because you're the number one guy when it comes to making an example out of someone. Because you love to making it out. I'm gonna make an example out of you, young man. And give man the maximum sentence. So you know all about making examples. So the Lord is making an example out of you for the other nations to see. This is what happens if you violate. You could be removed from Idan. You like them apples? You like them pineapples?
Your generation, all of it gone.
You like the punani and all that good stuff that you could get here on earth? The mangoes. Yeah. Yeah, Lord will take you. The Lord will just remove you from this whole establishment, man. You know what I mean? You're banned for life, so to speak. Yeah, man. But in the end, the heathens are gonna appreciate that the sons of God are ruling. They're gonna be like, yeah, who wouldn't want righteous, perfect rulers? Vocab said, I would never want to be ruled by you, by Apostle Abraham Lamb and Apostle Tahar. That's what you're an idiot.
You're going to.
What you're going to.
You're going to. You're gonna eat. They're gonna make you eat them words.
But this is the thing. This is what has been brought up by the West, like a democracy, that we no man should have all that power and that kind of thing. No. But the problem is, people don't trust. People can't trust because there's been so many people that have ruled their nations corruptly, wickedly, and so they believe every man that goes into that position is going to do the same. You know, but this is going to be a different case. This is going to be a completely different case.
So
Man.
we're not going to
You want the right man for the job that we going into before.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You need the right man for the job to make sure everything runs smoothly, man. And it begins with Yahweh Shai. You know, but we are like again as one with Yahweh Shai. We're gonna rule like Yahweh Shai would rule. You know, we're gonna have our provinces and whatever. We're gonna make sure everything is running like it should be, man.
Yeah.
Everything is kept in order because that's what this world lacks. It lacks order.
We're gonna learn from our mistakes, man. This
We're
time
going
we're
to
gonna
establish
learn
love your neighbor among the nations.
That's
Because
it.
that's how you're supposed to live.
Yep.
from-
You know what I mean? Like in Elam, some crazy shit happens over there, man. Some crazy shit.
The scripture says be peaceable with all people, innit? So we are gonna be at peace with all people, but Esau's gonna
Judgment, punishment.
judgment.
You gotta be hurt.
Judgment have to go forth. That's right.
Then it be alright, man. Just do it, you know, pay your tribute, you know.
That's it.
You have to pay your taxes.
So book of Hebrew 1 and 8.
Which we're not gonna tax you like Esau. All that. Yeah, that's crazy. We could use usury.
Capital gains tax.
Yeah, we could use usury.
10%.
Why would you put like 188%?
Bro,
Hey, they don't.
Like, what is Esau's crazy, man. Esau will put you in because Esau's whole thing is to keep you in the dirt, but we won't need to because we'll always be above. You know what I mean?
There's no threat.
Yeah, like why you want to crush people like that, bro? That's crazy, man. So you can lend man and give man a percentage increase, rightfully so. But come on, these man giving people loans they can never pay off ever. Like what we
It's
doing
not
here?
like we're gonna be in need of your money in the first place. It's just business.
Yeah. And then you can what's it called? You could tax them because even the priests take 10%.
Yeah.
But Esau, boy, when you add up these taxes, bro,
He'll take 40% at a different
Too
rate.
much,
He'll
too
do the VAT. He'll tax the fuel. He tax every damn thing.
and you know what?
Yeah.
And technically in the law, you don't pay if you're a poor man that's just getting a little wage.
You don't pay it.
You really supposed to
On the
get
excess.
increase.
Yeah, on the excess.
So it's landowners But Esau just wants to crush everybody, man. It's just crazy. guy.
Unrighteous. He's unrighteous.
You know what I mean? He taking more than the Most High. It's crazy.
Oh, for real. What a bastard.
But this is the thing. This is why Esau, he's not content with anything that he's got. You know, I think that scripture, but you know, even the WF tell you that you'll have nothing.
You'll have, you'll have.
Esau will
Yeah,
want to take
you'll have
everything
nothing
from
on
you,
you.
man.
Yeah.
He has no mercy. He has no care about how that affects people.
Man say, you get taxed, give the money to you die, you get taxed on the money, you put it in a savings account, you're really getting stealth tax for inflation, and then when you pass that money on to your child, they get taxed on again.
True.
Even when you
What
die,
the hell?
even when you die, they got inheritance tax.
You gotta get taxed on the inheritance.
He can't even die free.
You get taxed to buy things, bro. But you added tax.
Value added tax on top of that. They're taxing the petrol.
Hell.
Yeah.
You got sugar tax. You got all
Food
sorts
tax.
Sugar tax.
all tax.
Conclusion at this point, Habakkuk 2 and 5. He also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. He even keep it at home. He's not happy for you to have your inheritance, man. He wants everything to himself.
And he ain't happy for you to, let's say like just leave. Listen, you think Esau would just let you move to some jungle in Africa and then just be there and like Wakanda. Bro, Esau, listen, he will be there. He will come there and mess with you. Esau doesn't believe in leaving people alone.
Because there's a lot of stuff that doesn't get reported, man. Esau's out there in those parts of the world doing a madness that you don't know about.
Bro, how did he get to the Hawaii?
Yeah.
The brother from Hawaii knows. Hawaii's in the middle of the fucking ocean, bro. Nigga went and found these niggas like, oh shit, like there's some people here in the middle of the Pacific. Let's fuck with them. Like, whoa, hold on, bro.
Drop lasers, Amazon.
Yeah.
Like, Jake, listen,
Hit them with
Esau,
lasers and all that.
you can't run from Esau and live somewhere thinking you're far away from him. What was he doing in Japan? Man went all the way over to Japan and was just messing with the Japanese. The British was in China messing with the Chinese. Like, what's going on?
Bob the shit out of them.
They're the only people that have reached that so far into the world. Like, if you look at Ham, most people only mess with people that's like within there. Man, don't go to the ends of the earth to mess with no one. Ain't nobody got time with that.
Not Esau.
Nah, Esau get all the ships, man. It's,
Yeah.
Conquest.
He's on the Alexander the
Got
Great.
gold in that.
He's on the Alexander the Great. type
that's
shit.
why I said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, because they literally went throughout the four continents. Man was in Antarctica, like they went there,
They got such
stomping on snow. Man's like, who's this? How you?
Nah, was the gold there. Like,
They got bases underneath there.
Yeah. Man's like, how you get it right there? We come in peace. Like, yo, bro, why are you here, blood? You don't even know. Leave man alone. We've gone to the North Pole, blood.
man, Everest and all things, bro.
Yeah, blood. You go
Now
to
you're
the
trying to
moon.
get into space.
Yeah, you go to the moon. Esau gonna wanna come there and mess with you, man. Start selling some McDonald's or something and steal some shit. Esau's crazy. That's why it says he needs to keep it at home. He wants stuff, so it's not enough to just.
He's the ultimate covetous man.
Okay, you stay over there, we'll stay over there, we just do our own thing. No, Esau gonna be spying, he's gonna send spies, he's gonna try and find a way, which is why the only solution, ultimately, is to put him into subjugation and then exterminate him. Because he won't stop.
He won't stop.
He won't stop, man. He gonna find wherever you at and cause some problems there. Because he's covetous, man. He gonna have the satellite, yo, what they got over there.
And then as you say, he can't change. So what's he gonna do in the kingdom? The same thing.
Yeah.
If you ever gave him
You
time
left
and
him
space,
alone,
he may get with Magog.
that revelation
He might try to get with Magog.
He might come
He won't stop, man. He's always there trying to corrupt. And to take
Listen,
what don't belong to
America,
him, man.
America is a vast piece of land. There was no reason, there's absolutely no reason why the Gadites couldn't have had some and Esau could have had some. Listen, the size of a bro, the UK is massive.
Yeah.
But the UK is like
Small island person. Small.
yeah, it's small, but the UK we wouldn't say it's small when you live here. That is massive. There's places in the UK no one lives.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
vast.
It was,
Really.
yeah. I took the train just yesterday from the North Country on the way down. I just took the locomotive from the North Country all the way for large swathes of it. It's just green. You look left, right, forward. Just,
So then imagine America.
Yeah.
And the man came and he was over there on the east and he just went
Swept the whole.
Oh,
Doesn't make
fuck it.
destruction.
Alaska, Canada. And he said,
South.
all of this shit is mine.
North, South, Central.
South as well.
That tells you the type of man he is.
Yeah.
Man went to Africa, just colonized
Everything, the whole
everything, even into the Congo where the gorillas are. The apes are there, man, trying to take over the planet there, and they would just went and try and find them.
No shit. Even set up corporations that had private armies and shit. as well, like the East India Company went from Britain, took over South Africa,
Bro,
India, Japan.
Man went to China selling my opium, trying to send drugs in. The original drug sellers trying to get the country
trying to sell them
hooked
their
on them.
own shit and get them hooked.
Yeah. Telling man, we'll loan you your stuff back for a period of
Yeah,
time.
he's so sick.
Esau is
Well, you watch the movie Killers of the Flower, Black Flower Moon, or whatever.
Yeah, oh, that was terrible.
Man, Esau brought all his
Esau's
stuff
the
in, man.
devil.
They got them hooked on fucking sweets and shit, and they just
Oh,
fucked
they
themselves
owned
up.
the
And they
land.
yeah.
Esau just came
waiting
in,
for them to drop dead,
stole the shit.
to take the land off them. Man.
Murdering man.
they're like a
Criminal, bro.
virus, bro.
Devil.
You listen, if you got a piece of bread, the mold will take that whole shit, bro.
Yeah.
The mold never says, let me just have this piece over here. That mold is gonna just grow and just take over the whole thing.
Yeah,
Even when Esau's being nice, he's
yeah.
being wicked.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Don't trust
Like,
him.
don't trust him.
I say till the host is dead,
Till it's dead, yeah.
you know. And then now they're both dead. That's why.
Gad is nowhere to be found. Gad should at least have one state that is just theirs.
Yep.
One, there's like 52 states. Why didn't they just leave Gad a whole state and then say that's yours? Man said, nah, all 50, listen, we're gonna divide this whole thing up.
even the Grand Canyon's supposed to be there. They don't even own that. That's just mountain retreats. And then fucking
Nah.
Vegas and all that. Grand Canyon.
Oh,
People
man.
go there for tourism. You have to pay to go there.
Yeah.
You have to pay.
You got New Zealand, you got Australia. Who's over there in Australia, you know,
Taking everything.
on the border patrols,
Devil.
making sure that man can't bring in apples and pears in his suitcase and shit. Fuck this nigga, man. Yeah, you go. He's sort of asshole, man.
Yeah.
Psalm 37 and 35. I have seen the wicked in a great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree.
Yeah, wide.
Yeah, they have true,
Proud.
real international badness, and that's why we told Jake just calm yourself down in it and just study the scriptures, because you man, all Jake does is try and fake bravado and a fake image of influence and power. But the reality is, most of you Jakes, your influence and power is like as far as you can see, and I mean as in ghetto see.
Yeah, localized.
Like let's take the UK for instance, man. Yeah, running my block, bro. That's all the way you have clout. You go across the road, them man don't respect you there. They'll ching you down straight away. Your clout doesn't even go past a little 1 mile, not even 1 mile.
Yep.
You don't have there's no real Jake with real international power
Oh no.
that can say to a man in China and a man's gonna have to respect what they say. This man in London that don't respect what he say.
They ain't got county power, bro. Just a
Yeah,
county.
like, it's
Oh,
ridiculous, man.
They're not boss of Essex, bro. They're
Yeah,
not boss of
they got nothing. Jake, we're so broken down, but this fake bravado that we're something. We're in this world, we're nothing. So just study the scriptures, man, and stop trying to stunt like we're the baddest and they're on the internet talking about whose ends is harder. None of your ends are harder because you can't go to no man's ends anyway. That's why you get niggas from Chicago, but them niggas from Chicago, there'll be a nigga somewhere in LA talking shit to them, but they don't really want to go there because they know, like, bro, that's home turf for them. You're just gonna die because your badness is what's known as local badness. You're local. Esau's badness is global badness. Esau affects people globally.
Esau is the real gangster, man.
He's the real one. The US send their military. They got military bases everywhere. Their corporations are everywhere. These CEOs of Google, they got clout in almost every country. They can be on the line to a prime minister. That's how Esau is.
They could collapse economies and
Yeah.
all kinds of shit.
They got the clout.
Special interest. That's why Amazon and Google can like have these crazy ass tax deals that none of us can get.
Esau got more clout in Africa than you niggas, and you're meant to be African. You ain't got no clout. Them man are over there hustling the gold and doing what they got to do. Meanwhile, you're on the TV throwing up gang signs, and the area you command is literally a block, like a little tiny block. And then even when the police come, you're running. You have to disappear like cockroaches.
He's not gonna travel anywhere in the earth.
Yeah.
They get diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, these
bro.
rock stars, man, they go in around with no cares, bro.
Bro,
None.
They don't go to airport.
They're
and
above
queue
the law.
queue up for.
They're above the law.
so
Man, them man so bad, them man not have to carry no strap.
yeah,
They just walk around the earth like no.
they're on a
Nothing,
different level, man. So it's like Esau's That's why the scripture says we're being delivered from an enemy that's too strong for us, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Esau is really the power in the earth, and it's a global power.
That's
His
why we
power transcends
need, yeah,
across seas, man.
big
And
man.
no one's safe.
That's why we need the Hour Shy, man.
Yeah,
He's the only one that can take him down.
Like the Bloods and the Crips, ain't no one in, like, we're not worried about what they're doing over there in LA or wherever they are. You know what I mean? No one ain't worried about this, you know what I mean? Because every day, all these little gang things are all
Local
little
gang.
local things. But Esau now, them corporations and them militaries are doing things everywhere, affecting people everywhere.
So we crash planes, all of these different.
They went to
things.
Yugoslavia and just blew up Yugoslavia, man.
Yeah.
set a coup up.
Yeah.
We check the shit and set a coup up, man.
Destroy villages, people.
They tell you how much you're gonna sell your goods from your land.
Yeah. They
tell
set up their
you-
own companies where they want to set them up.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, because once they always think about the whole Congo situation of the Congo and Ghana of the chocolate. The price of chocolate, well, according to Stock Metro watched a while back, the price of chocolate is set in London, not in the Congo. London doesn't, there ain't no cocoa trees in England.
Nope. Yeah, it's crazy. But you see, that's why when we get power, we're gonna become a global power.
They
We're gonna be able. David is gonna hold weight in every court in the earth, man.
I say they make things legal, they make things
Yeah,
illegal
Yep.
Yeah.
just by just by say so.
That's it.
You know,
You can't
Not
make
do shit.
nothing legal or illegal.
Imagine, Esau made all the drug trade that do legal, man. They're gonna lose their fucking money. But they can't, say no, don't do that.
But that happened. We
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
dispensary.
But they can't come and say no, that's gonna fuck up our business. You can't do that. Or they can't. They got no say, no say in the earth. None.
That's why half your crew is behind bars. But anyway,
Yeah, well, no, that was it. Just gonna finish this off. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
yeah, Esau will never get to a point where it's like I've taken enough
Enough.
or I've done enough. He has to have more. That's
It's
why
only
the
for
New
a
World
small
Order.
percentage of themselves, man. That's what they're doing it for,
Yeah.
a small percentage of themselves. It's not, you're not even doing it for the whole nation. They don't give a fuck about their whole nation.
No.
Just for a small percentage of them, they're not
And
happy enough.
there
with it.
comes a point where when you get to a certain level of wealth, right? Having more doesn't do anything.
No.
Doesn't make you more happy or feel.
It doesn't
it's
give
like,
you anything more than you already got.
yeah, it's like if you got 5 cars, right?
Having a sick one.
Having like another 50 cars. But I mean, realistically, it just becomes,
innate.
because how many of them you gonna? I mean, you can have another 50 cars if it's for the family. If you got a massive family, that's different. But I'm talking about you personally. How many cars can you personally drive? If you had 100 cars, you just end up being, you really only drive 2 or 3 of them.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just a museum, man. You just,
Yeah.
museum. That's
It don't
what it
mean nothing, and it dilutes the ones that you do have because it means less to you.
Yeah.
So the Esau's it's not meant to one man to have
Can
everything.
you imagine, right? Even guys that are not on that level, like Jay Leno, for instance, he got a massive garage, right? He's not even mega elite like that. Really? That's all what these man did with the money that they
Yeah,
got.
they
What
got-
they
yeah,
got
they
to do
got-
with that?
They
Oh,
want to
but-
own everything.
It's just ridiculous, man. It's unnecessary. So everybody has nothing.
Yeah.
That is just criminal, bro. It's just wickedness. You know?
Got,
Insane.
got one from the comment board.
One sentence, finish the last sentence. And is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and he unto him all people. They say he wants everything under his influence, his umbrella, and to tax people.
But
to
he's
take
the one
things.
talking about freedom.
Yeah.
He's the one
But
that's
not free from him though.
Yeah.
You know?
he's a demon. That's a demon. Oh, yeah, it's all about freedom and liberty.
But he gonna put a CF in you, man.
Yeah.
You know, he gonna put the MOTB in you, man.
And take away your identity. He don't want you to have no identity. He want you. We're not going to be one human people. Everyone's going to have an identity, the right identity.
Yeah.
We're going to have nations and tribes. We're not going to say, well, no, we're all just UN people. No, let people have their identity and their inheritance, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let them be who they are. Yeah, like why are you trying to, make everybody the same? Because you don't want to be who you are.
Exactly. They're running from the identity. These devils been running from the identity. They want to be everyone on the face of the earth except who they are.
And try to make us into Edomites. That's crazy.
Esau's black man.
Ah,
That's
Crazy. The truth is out here, man. Now Esau's coming to his end.
It's too late.
Everything, yeah, it's too late, man. The veil's been
Cat's out the
revealed.
bag, innit?
Yeah, the cat's out the bag, the horse out the stable.
Yeah.
The veil's been revealed, man. Now everyone's getting ready. That's why all that power, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
100%.
That atomic split and all that is pure.
Well, you probably think this world is probably gonna blow up, man. You think the whole earth is just gonna go.
Yeah.
You know,
Lord's just gonna
Yeah,
like,
man, day, man.
we know that's not gonna happen. But it's like
Lord
you probably
gonna
gonna
take-
feel
But
it
it's
like that.
damn near. It's a
Yeah,
big
damn
fucking
near,
piece
yeah,
of
yeah,
land that's gonna get totally
go rock the whole
skirtled,
shit,
man.
yeah. Shake the whole fucking thing. It's gonna be an event. It's gonna be an event, man.
No, uninhabitable for life.
Yeah,
It's definitely one for the
Friends
books.
of the girls.
Uninhabitable for life. That's what.
You got some.
Yeah. Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall rule to and fro like a drunken,
Yeah, that's what.
and shall be removed like a pottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
Yeah, that represents America, man. That kingdom, that landmass of America, that pit of deception and evil, man.
Swept through the prison of destruction.
Yep. And
It's
the
gonna be
whole
so
world is
like-
gonna feel that, man. And they're gonna be seeing chariots. It's gonna be so.
Everyone's gonna experience it.
Yeah,
That
man.
world
Yeah,
kind of
everyone's gonna experience
It's
that
gonna be
destruction.
awesome.
Ah,
That's
well,
the
yeah,
people are gonna be in awe of what's happening.
Amazing, yeah.
You know what I mean? Very, 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 very terrible event, man. And that smoke that ascended gonna just cover the earth, man.
Yeah, yeah. Block out the sun.
That's a lot of smoke, man.
Block out the
Absolutely terrible, man. Cause certain times when them volcanoes go off, that's
Yeah.
hey, I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've witnessed volcanoes go off and block out the sun.
ash.
I
To- to-
remember when Iceland, was
Yeah.
growing up,
Yep.
and it affected the UK and Europe.
And that's a little.
It's a little
It's a
island.
little place, yeah.
So what about?
Oh, that's
Massive.
All of America.
even in America, you've got Yellowstone, which is classed as a super
Yeah, they
volcano.
Yeah.
You
They're
know, and they
waiting
were
for that.
saying if that goes off on its own,
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
so-
no, the Lord is going to let that go off and put
Yeah,
missiles.
It's gonna change.
And the chariots as well.
Yeah,
And the chariots as well,
oh man,
More fire.
oh man.
More fire.
This is why this is going to be the greatest destruction or judgment that's ever occurred on the earth, man. Because there's going to be so much going on all at one time, man. It's going to be.
You don't want to be part of that.
Time of trouble such as has never been
Don't
seen
wanna
on the face of the
200
planet
meter
Earth.
in the
That's why
The
the
lava
prophets are out here, man. Because we're trying to reinvigorate fear in people. Because you don't fear how Hashem Yahweh shine these last days, you're done for, man. Because when those nukes hit, there ain't gonna be no salvation for you, man. You're gonna be backstroking. You know,
And this is why we take
like
this seriously, man. Because
fresh
hey,
opening
the
that
only
big
way out of that is through the Lord.
That's it.
The only
man.
way out of that.
Yeah,
This is the
them
righteous.
missiles are locked in.
To be scared.
This is the righteous shall scarcely be
Make it
saved. So even
yeah.
like, man, and the Lord gonna be so fearful. Like, am I gonna be saved? So
Uh,
that female like gonna come and deliver Jake.
yeah.
Because
Just as the missiles are hitting
are
us.
saying, "Woe is me," you know.
Yeah,
because
woe
he's
is
giving
me.
you that
Oh, yeah,
path for us.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's gonna be tense, bro.
A lot of death, man.
Bro, when you see
Oh,
them
yeah.
videos and them bombs are dropping around people, ain't nobody ever take it nice. It's always
Scary,
scary, man. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
coming from the sky and shit, man. You can't
Can't
duck
see
that
it.
shit. Can't see it.
Yeah.
How much more say
Yeah,
of
it's
you,
like
man?
the
know
poor
it.
youth that was walking up the hill. All
Oh
of a sudden,
man,
it's one
terrible,
boom. All you see is body parts everywhere.
Yep.
bro. Just
terrible.
Body parts, bro.
And you
That's
know
what
that shit
see.
probably still hitting slow motion for them.
Yeah,
But the law could slow time down for you.
Yeah, man.
Like that happens in car crashes.
Yeah.
People tell you get in a car crash, it's almost like everything slows down in
Yeah.
slow motion. That's the Lord.
It was a split second.
It was split
Yeah,
second,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but it's slow.
The adrenaline starts kicking in.
Yeah.
Hey, because the Lord controls time. That's
Yeah.
why I don't want to get too deep, but everyone experiences time different.
Mm.
It's true, right? You could have one person and be like, "Oh, you ever been like that, man?"
Yeah, yeah.
You bring one person like, "Yo, we weren't even there for that." The other person, "But we was there for ages." Yeah, because everyone experiences time different. The Lord controls time. That's why in the kingdom of heaven,
Yeah.
we're gonna have that nice, easy day.
Slow down.
Like, but Esau is
Feels
gonna be
like-
even more.
feel like a
You ever been
minute,
at
yeah.
work, yeah, and 10 minutes feels like an hour.
Yeah,
It's that last 10 minutes, and you're just
Always looking
suffering,
at
and
the
you're
clock.
looking at the clock. But then if you're busy working, it's like everything's
No,
going quick.
yeah.
Hey, man, the Lord will mess with you, man. So Esau gonna have some long, hard days in the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna feel like
Yeah.
Is that when you watch them torture videos? Well, sometimes in torture videos, right? Yeah, you
Delaying and all that.
you watch that, but the video might only be like, think about it, 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
But for that person,
No.
that 2 minutes is fucking an eternity,
So,
blood.
yeah.
A man's fucking peeling your skin off, blood. That must feel like forever.
100%. Because all you're thinking about is how do I stop this? Like,
When they're gonna stop? Yeah.
You know?
Now, so you got that meme of like, you really want to know how long a minute is to a plank.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Sometimes I'll be in the sauna, like the sauna I can handle, but the steam room, and I'll be like, let me do 10 minutes, and I'm there, like, got my timer on, and I'm like, I'm dying. And I'm like, oh, look down, it's like 2 minutes. Man. Look down again later, it's not even 3 minutes, blood. It's like, yo, time is different. When you're on the torture, that shit lasts longer, man.
You know, there's a forgetfulness of
Lord can make it
Good time.
like a guy
yeah,
that died inside the
good
car,
times.
the Tesla and all that. Lord said he contained the guy's spirit and screaming for ages.
Yeah,
So the Lord is not just gonna kill you straight away.
Yeah.
Cooking.
yeah, cooking up.
Because you don't want to put that paper 1 second, like let it
Yeah.
know in 10. 10
a
is
moment where-
excruciating long.
But it could be like my man from
Kozuchi.
yeah,
Right?
man.
Like the acceptance of death when he thought he couldn't get out, and then he knew like his time was up.
Who's
As
that?
well, the guy in the Tesla, innit?
Oh, the
Because
Tesla,
when you saw the engine burning, and then you try to open the
Try to
door, but
open
then
the
the
door.
door's locked, and you just know you can't get out.
You're done.
And then even before the fire hits you, that acceptance of like, raw, I'm about to
Speak.
burn alive,
Bro,
bro. It's fucked.
When you get burned by
Anticipation of it, you know what I mean? It's like,
you know, when you get like a burn, it's like,
Sins and all
you
that.
get quick, and you feel like you get it like that.
Yeah,
So imagine it's just
Under
on
that.
you, blood.
the whole time.
Oh,
You
blood,
can't do that.
it's crazy. But that's judgment of the Lord.
Feeling like you're melting.
That's what's
You know what I
coming.
mean?
Zechariah 14 and 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of last people.
Joel 2 and second, the top. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Right, really, the warning that we're giving is really for the elect. It's for Zion. The warning is not the same for the other nations. We're telling you what's going to happen just for the Lord's sake, so that when it happens, it's confirmed. The only ones that really it's a warning to prepare themselves is Zion, because the only ones that can be delivered is Zion. That's why it's written like that. Blow your trumpet in Zion. We're telling our people you could be saved from these things to come. But Esau,
Rejoice.
you're just gonna get finished off, like it don't matter what you do. Man like Vocab Malone, you bet I don't know what you're gonna do, bro, but you're gonna be backstroking in some lava, man.
That's why you say, "Happy are we, O Israel." The things that made the pleasing the heavenly Father made unto us. It's not made for the whole world to know that, to understand these things, man. It's given for us so we can have the opportunity of being saved. Because the salvation was meant for us. It wasn't meant for
And
I
I hope that man like Vocab survive hell to make it to the missiles, bro.
get more help.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
just to see him from the ships. See him screaming
You know
for
what I'm
help.
saying?
Girl.
Either that, or he escaped here, and we really get to catch him when we come back down.
Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, that would be nice too.
Hiding in
That
jail.
would be nice, man. We're gonna have you on public display, bro. We're gonna have you on listen, bro.
Praise your hand, innit?
You're gonna be on public display, brother. You're gonna be hurt, man. But guys, I didn't know.
Bro,
Shut
told
up.
you.
Everyone just come down, licking him down with a bit.
Yeah, man.
Man, I still try to be keeping that Jesus Christ shit. No, not very people.
Yeah, man. Some people have to suffer that, man.
Yeah,
You know?
Well, that's why I said, that's why I said the scripture says, we shan't be ashamed. But
Right.
those, everyone else is gonna be
Don't be
ashamed, man.
man.
You know?
Because all that time he was putting hell on us and chatting rubbish. And what's gonna make him feel even worse is like, like when you mess with someone and you fall into their hands, it's hurt because you know, oh man, these man ain't gonna show man no mercy. Because we ain't gonna show you no mercy, right? So
No, we're gonna enjoy every moment.
we're just gonna now all them signs that you were complaining about gonna happen to you.
He's like,
Oh,
we
man.
gotta say we gotta savor the moment. We gotta savor it, man. We gotta make it. We gotta long it out. You know what I'm saying? We long it out, man.
You know, suffer, boy.
In dread.
Rightfully so.
Told you.
Yeah,
Told
I
you,
told you. And you know when if Jake make mockery of you, it's the worst.
Yeah.
You want to kill a Jake, then they like. There's nothing worse than when Jake start gloating and making mockery. But I remember he used to play pro. Jake can't just score a goal, bro.
No.
Jake could let the replay play that 3 times, bro. Man's
space.
yeah, bro. It's like, brother, like it's like 10 minutes into the game, brother. You scored 1 goal. Man's running around in a circle. It's like hit the start button. You know what I mean? Like, and you're trying to start it yourself. You can't. You just wanna kill niggas in there, man. You know what I'm talking about? Jake could laugh you to scorn, bro.
Yeah, just show probably was losing a lot. You know what I'm saying?
On 5. I think on 5 I was losing, not on 6. I learned, I had to come back and study the game. But Jake could laugh you. There's nothing worse than being made mockery of by Jake.
Yeah.
Jake is terrible, man. They'll roast you.
Yeah.
Oi.
Yeah, no, good.
Let the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Yep.
A day of darkness and of gloomness, a day of crowds and of thick darkness, and the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There has not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it.
Misses. Yep.
That's it. The lacking unto people, nation, a great multitude.
Because once these misses, because they're all gonna get used. Once I gotta make sure they all get used,
What
man.
was saying?
And ain't no one gonna need them again. After this destruction, ain't gonna be needed. So they're gonna come into existence.
Those
again.
are the weapons of monkeys.
That's
Foolish
why
weapons.
Yeah.
Foolish weapons, man. Why would Esau showing you Esau, you're a cocksucker, man. You tried to say that you have the highest IQ. Why would you make a weapon that is so indiscriminately destructive, right? That even you say it'll end the world.
Yeah.
The world you live in. Talk about shitting where you eat.
Yeah.
How? That's a low IQ. Why would you create a weapon that literally poisons the air that you will have to breathe, knowing, Mr. High IQ, that all the airways are connected?
There's the oceans too.
Because even they said that, yeah, the oceans, Chernobyl upped the cancer rates for the world. We didn't just respect them locally. The whole world experienced an increase in
It's
cancer
like
rates.
Fukushima, like all that someone that went into the ocean and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, affected all the sea life, which we have to eat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, to even speculate, and that's one of the ways that they can date whether a painting is real or fake, because of all of the nuclear testings that they were doing at the time. Basically,
Isotopes and
and it basically ended up in the fabric, or if it was like new canvas, it was in the plant itself. I don't know what plant they make canvas out of, but they can actually date that this is a legit one from that period of time.
Yeah.
But he's a high IQ. That's something a high IQ individual will create a weapon that will destroy the land you're attacking, that you can't live there no more. Because when you blow it, the whole point was supposed to be you try and go in and take the land.
Yeah.
But now you're gonna destroy it so no one can live there no more.
But that's
Destroy
what
your own.
that's what the eighth thing. You know, is it Cornelius that said it?
Or they'll make a wasteland.
He's just an idiot.
The beast man.
It makes no sense. Why would you do that? And you created that weapon, and then you yourself said, well, no one can use the weapon. And then it was a pointless endeavor.
Yeah. Waste of money.
Mutually assured destruction. You cancelled each other out. So you put all that money into something that you're saying no one can use. You morons, man. I'm high IQ. I'm an elf. Man, idiots, man.
Matthew 24 and 22. And except God's days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake.
Because what would only happen under this man's rulership? Everyone would die.
Yeah. The life will be corrupted. Life will just be corrupted down to unrecognizable levels, man. Man will end up being an eyeball in a glass somewhere. Can't even blink because there's no, you know what I mean? Just an eyeball in a glass because it's demons, man. Esau ain't right.
Too self-destructive.
The man are worried about fucking the earth blowing up or the sun blowing up or something like that. You ain't gonna worry about none of that, man. You just gonna worry about him. He's the one that's gonna destroy life. You know what I'm saying?
The masters of
All of that. Yeah, in how many thousands of years down the line, the sun's gonna blow. No, you ain't gonna worry about it because he's gonna kill you off quick, way before then. Because the Arabs allowed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, arrogance, man. Probably create some fucking disease.
well they are. The Vex and all these
Yeah,
things
yeah,
here,
I'll
man,
be
you know,
doing it,
they're mad. They're mad.
Plan D.
Gain of function. Gain of function.
Stop fucking with shit, man.
It's can't help themselves.
Man, looking like a Kira.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck something.
Stop fucking with shit.
But they put these things in their movies and their games, like the Last of Us, man. The fun guy was telling them, you know, they call them, man, pickers and shit. Yeah, it's just destroying life,
Zombie apocalypse.
and that's exactly where the world will go. It's go in death and decay.
Or like,
awaits.
no one will have a penis, you know what I mean?
We're already doing that.
You get
Yeah,
born,
check
you
man
get
out.
born with a dick in your mouth. Like, that's
Man.
Esau's ultimate plan. You know
Well,
what I mean? He's just a demon, man. You know what I mean? Forget this guy, man. You can probably turn your fingers to penises and shit. Esau's an idiot, man. He just needs to go. But anyway, this is closed up. So I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
A fire devours before them, and behind them a flame banners. The land is as a garden of Eden from before them, and behind them a desert wilderness.
wasteland. They were talking about, man. You leave a wasteland behind, huh? That's what Esau would do.
It's gonna happen.
Forbidden zone. Earth gonna be the forbidden zone. Yeah.
Tear that place up, man. And rightfully so, because that's the epicenter of wickedness in the earth.
It's like in the Planet of the Apes. He was asking I can't remember the guy's name. I think his name was Noah. Right? And his dad said, "Did you go to
Yeah.
Did you
When
go
the-
to
when
the
the humans-
forbidden zone?" And he smoked human on that sheet in it. That clock.
He
All
said,
the
them, he
decons
said they
or whatever.
stink. Them
Yeah.
Edomites stink.
All the decons or something like that.
Ecos.
Ecos.
But the equal people.
All the
Yeah.
decons.
Oh shit! Is that where you got it from?
Yeah, no, no,
Don't let the son hear that shit, bro. Shut him, start see.
No, where you got it from.
Shit.
Oh,
They must have been converted before they made the movie and said that.
I don't know the extra in the back.
justified now, man.
That's the
Nah, man.
I don't remember I said that now.
It's in the film. It's in the film. That's what he calls him, isn't it?
Hey, but that's where he finds that he's in the La La Land, isn't it, man? So yeah, man. I think he made it still.
I don't know. I thought the same
He
thing.
did make it up.
Well, yeah, but not in the way I thought it.
They're gonna come back saying, "Look, the new one."
It's in the movie.
Yeah. Man don't know about this new wine, you know. Hey, it's alright, brother. It's
Them
alright.
kind
It's
of drinking that new wine too.
It's alright.
Keep that thought.
It's alright, man.
Oh,
Give me that JD, man.
but I've lost some quality. Why?
Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they learn.
Power, you know.
Straight.
And you know what? When you got horses galloping, it makes a tremendous rumble.
Noise.
And that's exactly what a rocket sounds like. It's a rumble that's approaching. But them missiles make a massive noise. It's the same thing if an army
Yeah,
of
they vibrate
horsemen
the
was
air.
flying
That's what I
through
say, because you know today we're not really familiar with like older warfare. We managed to charge in on horses. Now we
Yeah.
got tanks and shit,
it.
whatever.
Loud.
But yeah, you
hear that
hear the
from now,
multitude
you
of
can hear
hooves.
Yeah.
And it's loud, and you know man were coming.
Yeah.
Definitely knew man were coming. And you see,
You'll
might
feel
see
the
in the
ground.
hills, you might see the dust behind, you know.
Yeah, the dust cloud.
You know,
I mean,
yeah. You know,
Vibration. Yeah, the vibration.
I had man to hit the ground and shit. You know, man, I'm trying to listen to man.
Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains, shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble. As a strong people set in battle array, before their first, the people shall be much pain. All feathers
Yeah,
shall
because
gather
them,
black.
everyone, when them people see them missiles re-entering the atmosphere, them ICBMs, and there's other ones. You also got the short-range ones from the
Submarines.
submarines and all that. Bro, they're gonna know it's over. You know that feeling. You know everything, your belly just drop out, body just open up. Like you gonna know doom because you know like there's no running. There's no escape.
But then now there's no, you got the time to react to do anything.
Nah, you're done. If you see it, you're done.
It's too quick because they've got missiles that are 30 minutes to America, man.
Yeah.
30, 20 minutes,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like before. Oh, yeah, go hide on the desk somewhere. You ain't got time to do that shit. Get your kids to school.
I don't know
Get
the
them-
desk.
What are you gonna do on your desk?
Ain't that madness that they're practicing, innit?
You know, done.
You ain't got time to get kids to school. You ain't got time for shit, man.
The kids
It's gonna be
to
like
school,
knowing.
oh,
It's gonna be like knowing.
Well,
You
they
just take
probably
your
ain't gonna
face. You're
be.
just gonna take your face.
Yeah,
man. Whoever you with,
right,
you're
get the
gonna
kids to
give them a
school.
hug. You're gonna be destroyed, man.
It's just
We should
and
have
it,
showed
remember
us
it's gonna be in the midst of World War III, so the world's already gonna be under tension.
Mm.
Because it ain't just gonna be like now where everyone no. Remember, World War III is actually gonna happen. There's gonna be the time of Jacob's trouble.
Yeah.
There's gonna be
gonna be
chaos
hell.
happening. But when you see that, everyone's gonna know universally that means it's over.
Okay, yeah.
Huh? What? Huh? Like you just and you
Their
just
face show gather blackness,
bro, it's over.
Anguish.
And that feeling, that feeling of doom is gonna linger because you're gonna watch it coming.
Yeah.
And they don't actually hit the ground.
Oh
They,
yeah.
they explode above, man.
Yeah, just listen
Yeah.
to a couple.
Man,
Bombs,
crazy.
Apparently more effective, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the
Because they explode like a spear, isn't it?
Yeah.
It goes in the air, innit?
You're gonna see the mushroom clouds.
Crazy.
And the radiation, if the bomb don't hit you, the radiation.
It's
will
real, yeah.
yeah.
Or the
radiation will tear-
firewall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tear your
yeah.
skin apart.
You know what I mean? The
Crushed by the air.
The aftershock, bro. Just
Hey,
the air
it's
alone,
gonna
bro.
hell.
Fucking can't breathe in that kind of fucking radiation, man. You drop dead.
hell of a scheme.
That's why people usually run underground. You know?
Even the
And,
debris.
and even then, the most of them so-called bunkers they have can't. They're not ready to because there's so many missiles are gonna be hitting. There's probably gonna be a missile right above you. Them bunkers can't survive that.
Nah, definitely.
Them
No,
bunkers
no,
were never designed for when they originally designed those bunkers during the time of the Russian whatever Cold War. The reason
Old missiles. as
yeah,
well.
yeah, they were all missiles, but it wasn't designed for a direct hit. So bunkers are not designed to take a atom bomb that's landed on top of you. It's like the atom bomb's landed over there, and you go into your bunker,
impact.
and the whole point is just to you could survive the radiation that's above ground. It's not so that the bunker can actually withstand the fucking nuke
Impact, yeah.
impact
No,
of a nuke. Hell
yeah.
no, man. You're gonna get mashed up down there.
Yeah.
But the thing
They're
is,
stuck in there.
as I mentioned before, though, because of
Yeah.
the earthquakes and stuff that's going to cause
Yeah, you're
that, the earth is going to rip it apart, man. You're going to
Yeah.
get crushed in there, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Bro,
lava and everything that comes.
And if it's a molten, everything's gonna be molten and all kinds of stuff. Bro,
Your own tune, bro.
Don't
Like,
be
like
saying that
Pompeii and
deep.
that.
Yeah, metal too, yeah.
The bunker ain't that deep. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Is that they were never designed to take direct hits. That's why a lot of people they built them in their houses. Bro, it ain't, how far down you think they really got this bunker over there? It wasn't designed. It's literally just designed that if a nuke hit New York and you're in Boston, you go in your bunker. Because you can't be above ground because of the fallout. It's really against the fallout. It's not for direct hits, but we know the whole of America is going to be getting pelted with nukes. So a bunker's like doesn't come into equation in that situation. That's the worst case scenario. You're just dead.
Cook it.
Yeah, you
Cool.
just cooked yourself.
Jerks.
Yeah.
Jerk for the jerks.
Extremely well done.
Should be.
They shall run like a madman. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
There's no defenses. There's no defenses that can defend you against it. Like I said, there's no real defense for nuke. There hasn't been a defense for a while. Why do you think no one brings castles no more? They didn't stop building castles because they just didn't like castles no more. So since the invention of the cannon, castles and walls are really like obsolete. You built a castle because men would come and try and get down your wall, and it will multiply your army by about, I think it's like 6 times. So usually, or 3, is it 3 or 5, something like that. So in order to conquer anyone that's in a castle, you need to have like 5 times the men to take it. So it's a force multiplier. But once they brought in cannons and fucking airplanes that can drop, that's why no one builds fucking castles no more. It's not viable because the missile would just go over the wall or on top of you. Like there's no defense to a nuke. There is none. Like it's like it just things. The fire just consumes. You know what I mean? Done.
Says go out to the land of unruled villages.
Yeah.
They're no defense, man. They have no defense for hypersonic missiles and ICBMs.
Yeah.
It's just done.
Yeah.
No interception. They move too fast.
And then also create an electromagnetic
Electromagnetic pulse when they go off.
EMP.
And it's multiple warheads.
Funky track.
What?
Yeah.
They say they're not gonna hit one another and that kind of stuff. So there's gonna be no defense. The Most High is not gonna, because you're gonna act like your missile defenses is gonna work, but we know they're not gonna work.
Yeah.
No, there's no. If there was a listen, if there was a defense for nuclear weapons, someone would have used them already.
Yeah.
It's like if I know you shoot your jab, I could block it.
Mm.
Like, you know what I mean? That's it. I'm gonna shoot my kill shot and I'll defend your shot. Well, there is really no defense. The only defense is you fire back yours.
Yeah. And then take the.
And that's why Russia's like, how the closer you're putting your missiles to me, what you're trying to do is hit me before I can launch. So man's like, oh, okay, now we need to put our missiles close.
Drop that time.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, drop the time down, because that's the only thing you could do. Launch your ship first and hit first, and hope that your missiles destroy their capability.
Yeah.
Which we know that's not gonna happen.
There was like a documentary that came out recently, and even though they're going to be used, they were talking about like when Russia launches their nukes, the U.S. president's only got 6 minutes to decide, which they will do anyway. But they were talking about, yeah, like pretty much the different the different capabilities around and functions of the different people in office, where like it goes down to the VP, then they got like a chief of staff.
Why not just put that shit on AI, blood, automatic?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're gonna die anyway.
Man like Biden will forget the code or something.
Yeah. That's why Putin's doing them drills, man. He's getting ready to use them nukes, man. Right? Yeah. So no one's exempt.
And they shall match one on his. And they shall match everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their lance. Neither shall one trust another.
Yeah, so they're going to hit their intended targets.
Yeah.
And the Lord said himself, the Heavenly Father, going to be inside of those missiles, man.
Mm.
So he's going to make sure they hit their intended. Yeah, they're not going to
all
miss,
them
man.
cities. A lot of cities in America.
Yeah.
The Shy, all that.
So everyone that's supposed to get hit with a nuke, they're going to get hit with a nuke, man.
Yeah.
There's going to be no escape.
It's a different type of sweep, not that envy,
Yeah.
not that sweep the Nuggets might get. Yeah, it's a different type of sweep.
That's why you don't want to fall into the hands of the Heavenly
Best
Father,
of
man.
destruction.
You know? Fearful thing.
They shall land upon the walls. Okay. They shall land upon the walls. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great.
That's what might the elect.
Yeah.
And the angels, holy angels.
The Lord of hosts, you know. The Lord Tugabah, the Lord of armies, you know.
It reminds me of something.
Yeah, Lord of hosts. Oh, yeah.
So,
Lord of Sabaoth.
For he is strong that executes his word, for the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?
So this thing is inevitable, because really it's the word of the Lord. The Lord's going to put the spirit on them Russians to do something unthinkable. Because in reality, ain't nobody really want to launch no nukes, because they know what it means. Like, that's like, it's something that's like, bro, come on, we're all going to die. But the Lord's going to put them in a position where that spirit is going to go on them, that evil thought. And they are going to launch it. They're going to do the unthinkable.
And not only them, these other nations that have
nations, man. The allies. They're going to launch their weapons on America, man. But it's the will of the Lord.
That's exactly what it's going to show. Because even these allies, they're not going to be allies. The Lord's going to have them shoot their missiles too.
Right, the Apostle, I think Apostle Goldberg, the elites never intended for the nukes to actually be used. It was always meant to be like a scare tactic to scare the people into the new world order. But guess what? They are going to lose.
That's going to be the end. Isaiah 13.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shalom.
Alright, let's close that.
Yeah, man. So, hastening in the day, stay prayed up, keep the faith, man. We're almost out of this bitch, man. We'll close up, give all praises and
Yeah,
glory to Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Double honors to the apostles and elders of the Great Most High.